Beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, I heard him cry. His words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died, the admiral fell at Theramore because she left his side. Why this, oh daughter of the sea? Why this, did you forget your seas and days? Always the pride of a nation's eyes. How could she go astray when she did flee across the ocean deep? The admiral followed west. What else but sail to save a daughter's life and pray she still do brave. But there he found upon those distant shores enemies upon the rise. But when he faced the savage foes, his daughter stood aside and buried deep beneath the waves, betrayed by family. To his nation with his last breath cried, beware the daughter of the sea. I heard across the moonlit sea the old voice warning me. Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, beware of me.
Too long we've gone adrift with the resolve to carry on. When the climb is steep and the days are long, we rise, all rise. Our fight burns bright. From filth we ascend to the tree of life. The lowly empowered and faith unite. We rise, all rise. So far we are, the hope scattered among the fallen stars. The last note played on an old guitar. We rise, oh rise. ourselves to the void of death, accepting the power for a final breath. We rise, or rise, to yearn and burn with frenzy and flame to the rights we've earned. In face of the falsehood and secrets learned, we rise, or rise. We will die again where the oceans end, over and over. In the dragon's fire, we will testify, shoulder to shoulder. In the lands between, spirits sharp and clean, used with a purpose. Through the scarlet mist, for the maidenless, we rise and burn again. Though some of us won't make it back, we're following into the back, unknown for a long lost throne. We rise again, where others might look for escape. These lights in dark search for grace, once lost to a blood-soaked cause. We will rise through battlefields scarred by the gods. We're striving no matter the odds. When nothing can hold back the tide, we rise, we rise. Christless and exile, we're loyal the same, returning to roots through the worst of our pain. When kings rise against, have it writ on their grave. The old gods were felled by a mortal unnamed. We will die again where the oceans end, over and over. In the dragon's fire, we will testify, shoulder to shoulder. In the lands between, spirits sharp and clean, used with a purpose. Through the scarlet mist, for the maidenless, we rise and burn again. We rise again. To the struggle that goes to the past, we rise, we rise. So even if only to fall then and ash, we rise, I will rise. The lust for eternal affairs seem to raise our spirits in great despair. Through the ashes of oblivion, quick and unseen like the dragon's offspring. For we owe no debts and bow to no king. Every war has its cost and we've paid, won by the bond of the body we've made. War with the call that the battle starts now. As the demons listen, we strike them down, fighting back the rifts of blood. Sent from the sky lies an angel in need. Give them news to strengthen and words to heed. Heaven's dousn't set alight. We're knocking on on the gates of hell tonight. Broken swords and dragons' bones scattered all the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. When the roller heals them, shut the tales and legends talk, strengthened by the hymns of old. Weathered out this fighting from this long, so we sing a traveler's song. Play out a spell in your sequence of chords to inspire and sharpen our rusted swords, echoing the whisper of the trees. Creep along the path where 1,000 bards fail, from the thick Western jungle trails. Come from afar to set prisoners free, to dark tangled depths from the open sea. Swords and dragons' bones scattered all the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. When the roller heals them, shut the tales and legends talk, strengthened by the hymns of old. Weathered out this fighting from this long, so we sing a traveler's song. Chances don't come cheap, so keep alert and on your feet. An ancient spirit song will heal our wounds, unabashed by our defeat. Spot the bloodstains on these cobble streets, a message to the gods to see us through. Ever heard, get rarely sung, so raise your voice and praise the sun. Call a new rebirth to keep us strong. Countless souls along the path, lost to fiends and lost to wrath, will return to play our final song. Dragons' bones scattered all the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. When the roller heals them, shut the tales and legends talk, strengthened by the hymns of old. Weathered out this fighting from this long, so we sing a traveler's song.
Norna, everyone, and welcome to our 5th episode of our Realm Weavers series for our long-term campaign.
We are going so well.
Everything's going perfectly, right?
Nothing could go wrong.
No, we've only lost, what, two players. One person couldn't do it after they said they could do it. Had so many times where, like, random events pop up and people weren't able to show up. So many delays, but, you know, we're still trudging through. Still pushing for it. Couple of things to note. First things first, apologize ahead of time if I seem out of it or anything like that. I had a headache, literally 30 minutes before the session. I took a power nap to try and alleviate that. On top of that, just a heads up, I've been working on the mechanics of our world, of the game, and I've been doing this for like a long time now. But how do I put this? There's so much that I've been changing, and recently I've been changing core mechanics to the point where I'm getting closer and closer to where I can't really call it D&D anymore. Like, we're just inching our way there slowly but surely. But yeah. After certain reactions in the last episode, I took the initiative to overhaul the economy system. So, essentially, I redid the price and costs of everything in the game, except for magical items. I haven't gotten to that yet. That's a whole other can of worms. I also redid the currency system. So, it is now 10 copper equals 1 silver, 10 silver equals 1 gold, and then 10 gold equals 1 platinum. So that's how it's going to work from now on.
Good.
Thank God we're on the rule of tens. Why you ever try to not do that is beyond me.
Look, when I started playing D&D, and I started being a dungeon master, I did not question anything in the manual because I was a noob at it. I did not want to F up the system and how they did things. Because even then I knew there was going to be a chain reaction of if you change this, you have to change this, and you have to change this, and so forth and so forth. Which I'm still dealing with the consequences of that. And the third reason was they clearly did their research. They must know what they're doing.
You say that, but engineers exist.
I was a noob, and this was 10 years ago. This was like 5 years ago, so obviously I've racked up enough experience and knowledge and wisdom to be able to be like, no, this needs to change, this needs to change, and this needs to change. Let's do some research to make it a little bit realistic. Moving on from there.
Like I said, that's fine. All I'm saying is engineers and architects exist. They make things look pretty, but not functional.
On top of that, I've also been overhauling the combat mechanics.
I'm working on reading through that right now.
Yeah, I sent it to a couple of the players so they can get an idea of it. Not only get an idea of it, but give me feedback. I don't want to implement most of this yet. I want to... What's the word? Hold on a second. Let's do that. What I want to do is essentially get the majority of them worked out, especially the very important mechanics, with other people, get various feedback, and try to make it look nice and neat, pretty it up, and then I'm going to release it, and we'll use that from then on. A big part of this is going to be my changes to initiative. I'm not going to go into detail right now. I might in a recorded video when I finally get to those. But yeah. So, I will say this. If anyone has any ideas for what we could name this new game system when it eventually gets to that point, I'm all ears.
Oops, all D20s.
That would be nice.
Alright, so, this session is going to determine a lot, given the stakes of what's going on right now. And in case you haven't been watching our series, or in case you forgot in the past 3 weeks, our party essentially split up, and not to divide and conquer, but they split up. So, I'm gonna do my best.
We have made mistakes.
I'm going to do my very best to get the group back together. And I will say, the player that we were hoping would join us is not able to join us. So we're going to be looking for our 4th player later after this. And I'm saying after this, I waited until after this session because if we can't get the group together at all and it ends up being split apart, then we're going to have to rework a few things. So.
We're gonna have to have 2 sessions a week.
No, I can't do that.
Or one is every other week, and the other one is on the weeks that those 2 aren't doing something.
Jeez, no. Oh boy.
Just when we meet in the middle is when things go completely ass backwards.
Right?
No.
Yes.
No. Alright, so let's take care of some business. So, currently, Grimshaw and Lorsan are in the forest with their mysterious former bandit who claims to have a curse on them. Troxel is in the fortress in the forest with the bandits in question, learning about the history of this particular fortress and all the myths behind it, with an individual known as Golvork Sage, who's essentially the expert on this particular topic. So who do we want to start with?
Your choice.
Don't make me choose.
just do a go forks.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. We ended on me and Lorsan. So start with go forth Sage and Troxel.
All right.
Okay, my understanding is that I have a I don't know what you call it, just old stonework that has magical writing on it. And I was going to sleep the night and then memorize, read magic.
I'm so sorry.
To read that description and then go from there.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start there. So, this is what your character is able to read from whatever text you are able to glean. I'm not going to give you the actual words because I'm not going to be able to write this entire whole spiel. But essentially, what you're looking at is it looks like it looks like magic writing that's meant to be used in a ritual. So,
What kind of a ritual?
you don't know. There's too much of the text that's missing.
Oh,
okay. You do know based on the wording and the patterns and all that kind of stuff that it is a very advanced ritual.
I'll
and
write
it
the
most likely
down
has
that-
something to do with the ley lines.
Okay, and I will write it down both as the letters are on the rocks and as I interpret them from the read magic. And I'll give my information to Sage.
Well,
And,
the sage has already written them down as they are on the stone. You, because you cast the spell, anything that you're able to read, anything that you've read during the use of the spell, you'll always be able to read that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll interpret for Sage and tell him what I found.
Aha, so it is something to do with the ley lines.
That's the best I can get. There's too much missing for any certainty, but yes,
That's good, though. That's good. That's more proof. That's more proof that I was right.
Right about what? That this was a ley line?
That this place was used to draw energy from the ley lines. Yes.
Okay.
What was that magic used for? Ooh, this is exciting.
Nothing good, apparently.
Yeah, it's a room. We're not there, so we can't come.
I'll try casting my only other memorized spell for the day, which is magic missile, and see if the magic missile appears more powerful.
Well, no. He already explained that over the many, many, many years, the island has moved, so it's no longer on the ley lines. He's already explained that to you last week. So
Okay.
it's not going to affect your magic at all in this area.
Okay.
However way it was
Now,
used, it's no longer going to be able to use this that way.
Which way is the island moved? Where would I expect to find the ley lines now?
I'm not going to bother with you rolling an intelligence check because this guy has a map of the ley lines. Let me upload... Oh, hold on a second. I've got to upload it in 2 areas. So... Main campaign images. D. Okay. I'm gonna send you them here, and then I'll pull up the picture on the live stream. So go ahead and go to that channel.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay, that's interesting. I can't pull it up on there. Why can't I pull it up on there? It's a PNG file. It should be able to... Okay, it's not. It doesn't want to show for whatever reason. I don't know why.
What are you trying to pull it up on?
Streamlabs. I'm pulling it up on. Don't worry about it. Sorry, audience. You're gonna have to wait a little bit to see. I don't know why it's not uploading, but
I can put it in the chat, maybe.
I don't think you can put images in the chat.
No, never mind.
It's all right. But yeah. So looking at the map. So I pull it up again on here. Looking at the map, obviously, there's a little bit of crossing over from with ley lines. It looks like the nearest point right now is just what do you call it? Just east of Grim Island. However, this guy is telling you that most likely the ley line, it was connected to a ley line farther from that point, because this city seems to be many years ago, several eras ago, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah. Did you have any other questions for him, or?
No, I think not. I think unless you have anything more, Sage, for me, I think I'm just going to get on my horse and go back to my main town. I was looking to see if there was anything to see, but in terms of historical facts, but unless you have something else, any other magical writings, it appears that this ruin is actually a ruin.
He just kind of looks at you quizzically and goes like, "Why would people call a ruin a ruin? Well, why wouldn't someone call a ruin a ruin? That doesn't make any sense."
Well,
Home.
you know, there's people that really would call it a ruin who don't value what's remaining, like the magical writings on the stone that we just looked at. They wouldn't think that was significant. So anyhow,
One calls a ruin when it's a structure in a ruined state, like it's been abandoned.
yeah. Well, anyhow, I'll head back towards.
You broke up. What'd you say?
I'll head back towards the main town.
Okay, so back to Ilgrin. Ilgrin.
Yep.
All right. So while he's heading back, Grimshaw, Lorsan.
Oh no.
Well,
We are sitting at a campfire preparing a
Yeah.
deer.
we're eating good. Oh well. you guys are eating good tonight.
Oh, why aren't you partaking?
I have my own food.
Meat is good for you though.
You watch as Lorsan pulls out essentially like a whole bunch of fruits and grapes.
You're one of those.
Vegetarian? Yep.
Did you learn that from the knife ears? So I guess as we're like preparing this deer, Sean's just gonna like pull out a cigar and just start puffing away at it, trying to like avoid eye contact with Lorsan because he lost just a little bit of respect for Lorsan.
The woman notices the cigar and she's like, "I've never seen that before. Is that a type of smoking pipe?"
You could say so. Would you like to try?
She takes it. Yeah, she adapts pretty well to it.
So I guess while we're cutting into this thing, because we're not going to be doing this completely silent, I'm just going to ask her. So I'm like, so when were you cursed? I'm putting in big air quotation.
She's like, I want to say 3 months ago.
Remember anything off about that day other than suddenly being able to hit your target no matter what?
She kind of looks off to the side and she goes, "Yeah, I remember something interesting."
Well, let's hear it. And any information to break a curse can be invaluable.
Grimshaw, I want you to roll me a dex check real quick.
God, that's a D20, right?
Yep.
Why am I getting dex checked? What's getting thrown at me? Where's my D20s? I'll just use this one. 19.
Rolled again.
7.
So you move to cut off some of the what do you call it? Move to cut off some of the meat into the pot, and your hand kind of like shifts suddenly to the side, and half the meat falls onto the ground.
Aw.
Oh no, a little bit of water can fix. So just take my knife. I cut the slab off
Mm-hmm.
where
Where-
it touched the ground.
yeah.
Just throw the rest in.
Roll another dex check.
Yay! 2 hits going right back in onto the ground.
You cut it in half.
Okay. I mean, depending on how big the cut is, it's not really gonna matter too much.
She comes over and she's like, "Here, let me show you." She picks it, grabs it. It looks like the way she's positioned her hand on it looks like she's about to make the same mistake you did, except you're pretty sure you didn't do a mistake. And you watch her make a clean cut, do exactly what you were trying to do. She looks at you and says, "It's not just in fighting, it's with everything."
Again, that just sounds beneficial, but
Where everything you try to do is hampered and everything I try to do is successful, yeah. It's great if I wanted to be alone.
but you don't want to be alone.
No one wants to be alone, not really.
Why is that? There wouldn't be hermits if there was people who wanted to be alone. But I get the sentiment. Being alone is a very trying life, and it's not for everyone. Let's find out what we can about what happened to you on that day. What we know about said curse. The sooner we can get that curse fixed for you, the sooner you can go about your happy life.
She's like, "Oh, I already inquired. I don't think there's any getting rid of this."
No?
Or I should say, I don't think there's any getting rid of it. She says, looking off to the side.
What, you got a brain slug or something?
No, I don't.
You're trying to break a curse by the sound of it, or something is
No,
leeching.
Okay, it's really hard to explain, but, let's just say that that day I ran into something, and it attached itself to me, for lack of a better word.
So, like a ghost.
You're closer to the mark. I'm sorry, it's really hard to explain it.
So a magical beast connected itself to you, and you're
Not
basically
magical.
at this point looking for a way to not magical.
It's an ethereal being that cannot live on its own, so it attaches itself to a host and does all it can to help the host.
So, it's a parasite.
That's not a parasite. That's symbiosis.
Yeah, just not the kind of symbiotic relationship I was kind of hoping for.
What if someone else were to offer itself as a host?
That's kind of tricky because when they attach to a host, it's for life.
So an ethereal being that has to attach to you in order for it to. What is it gaining?
It can't live
It
on its
wouldn't
own. It needs...
Does it talk to you? Does it communicate in any other way, or is it just nah? You're just gonna be lucky the rest of your life.
She's like, "No, it talks to me. It's the only way I can really describe this. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's way smarter than I am."
By find that most ethereal things are smarter than the average bear. But at the same time, you can't ask it if it would rather have a different host, or is the binding permanent once it happens?
It told me that once it binds, it can't unbind unless either I die or it dies.
So were you just the first person that it came across?
Probably
Or did
not.
it choose you?
I ran into it recently after its original host perished.
Is there a range to how far these creatures' effects can happen?
I tried testing it out. It seems like 50 feet.
It's a big range.
Very good range. And is it multiplicative? The more people who are affected by it, the better off you are.
No. Okay, hold on. How it works is it can move things in the material plane, and it can move far faster than we can. So, for example, when I shoot an arrow, it does its best to help keep my aim accurate and make sure the arrow stays on its course. And then for anyone else, it does the opposite. So, out of character, in mechanical terms, she gets advantage for all physical rolls, everyone else gets disadvantage for physical rolls.
Wow, that's really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That is an insane power gap. That is an utterly insane power gap.
Yep.
But it literally is just like, yeah, fam. I'm gonna make it so everyone around you fails no matter what, even your friends.
It basically doesn't care about anyone but her. Its host.
Makes sense, because it's the one that's basically keeping it alive. There's gotta be more to it. But I'm not gonna go into that.
Does it have a name?
She shakes her head and she goes, I've been trying to think of a name to give it. I haven't really come up with anything that didn't sound cheesy or silly. I tried asking it what it is, and all it says is that its kind has once been referred to as tweens, but they don't give themselves a name.
So there's more of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there are more of them in the world.
Well, based on the information of what it is, the only possible way to get rid of it would be to kill it. Would it being killed? There's a problem there. How exactly do you kill something like that?
It's very fast and it's in the ethereal plane, so I'm completely lost, but I don't know if it's the effects of the creature or just having had time to bond with it, but I don't want to see it dead. It's just...
Unbonded.
Yeah, but according to it, there's no way to do that.
No way yet. Think you'd have a lot better chance with a group of mages, though.
Or a cleric.
Cleric, when you tell a cleric, they might try and excise it, which would effectively be killing it.
Mm.
Mages would be more interested in studying the creature and finding a proper way to remove it without damage. Frankly, between the two, I'd say a mainland mage's tower would probably be the best bet.
You notice that she's looking at you curiously, and she goes, "Forgive me for being blunt or rude, but I'm genuinely surprised you're taking this extremely well."
Why?
No one else believes me, and they always chalk it up to me being cursed.
There's far weirder things in this world. But like an orc who don't eat meat.
I'm vegetarian, okay?
You're suspiciously closer to the knife ears now.
She goes, well, even if I wanted to go to the mainland, the problem there is I'd never be able to get through town.
Why?
Because I'm a former bandit, people want me. You've already told me that people are looking for me, so.
Here.
But not on the mainland.
Yeah, her point is she needs to get a boat to go to the mainland. She can't drive a boat herself, so she has to go to a port town. The biggest port town is Irglin, and even if she goes to another one, everyone's heard of this by now.
Well,
You could disguise yourself.
disguises are easily seen through. What we could do, if you're serious about doing this, we can work together. We can get you across. I need you to make me a promise, if that's the case.
Okay.
We need your help. You come help.
Of course.
That's all I'm asking for at this point. I don't need money right now. I need people. I need people in my side of the world.
I got that, yeah.
And judging from you, you need the same. Regardless of whether this thing's gonna sap everyone's desire to live at this point. Because if I fail at everything when it's around, god damn.
I don't know, with all those bonuses you have.
And I won't fail if I attack something, but god.
I'm not gonna be making you roll for every tiny little bitty thing,
I know.
because that would be just way too much, but you have the general idea of what it's gonna be like for your characters.
Yeah, but I would rather get her fixed and have a decent ally in the future. We train the ally, we get her good, and then, goddamn, we got one extra body going into the place.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Make her Chamberlain of the place.
So it sounds like both groups are headed back to Irglin at this point.
Correct.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna mark where we are with her on the map at least.
Are you taking her with you, or are you gonna wait for a certain time? Like, what's the general plan?
My general plan is that we're gonna hire some old salt sailor with a boat with a small dinghy, or at least a sloop or something.
Mm-hmm.
Ferry us to the mainland, because we don't want to take a larger boat. We want to take just small enough to get us there.
Mm-hmm.
Easier in, easier out.
Gotcha.
No questions asked.
All right. In that case, she'll go ahead and wait for your She'll go ahead and wait in the place you deem her to go to. So she'll start heading off in that direction. You guys go to Irglin. Let's see here. All right, so Troxel, when you get back to town, you hear rumors of actually no. Roll me. What do you want to do when you get to town? Like, what's your goal?
First of all, I'm going to go to the Portwell house
Okay.
and update what I found about the ley lines, and how they're not on the island anymore.
Who are you updating? Who are you informing of this?
Well, Portwell. I guess the head Portwell, whoever that.
So the
might
governor?
be. Yes.
Okay. So
Selsmeyer? Is that his?
no, Selsmeyer is a totally other person.
Okay.
They're a totally other family.
Okay.
But when you get to the keep, and you ask for the governor, they tell you that he is currently out because he has been formally challenged by a Black Knight.
Oh, what's that mean to the death? To see who's
No, like challenge in the tournament. So not to the death, but like I challenge you to a duel to see who's the better man.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely go ask where that is and go and watch.
They tell you the jousting tournament.
Okay. Definitely go and watch again. And ask just before I leave, is there any news in terms of what's happening in the town?
None that we are aware of. We know that the mages have recently ended their demonstrations, so at least things will be quieter from now on.
Okay.
You can see a little bit
I'll
of
go to the jousting tournament to see the governor,
all right.
and then after that, I'll go over to the Mage Guild and see if there's any new pricing for spells.
Now, really quick, when I say Black Knight, I'm not talking about a knight clad in black armor. That is not what a Black Knight means. Black Knight is someone who is hiding their heraldry, and therefore hiding their identity, essentially being an anonymous challenger.
Is this common?
It's not too common, but it is possible, yes.
Okay. It wouldn't be a Knight of Eldrin or a Knight of Reckoning. This is just somebody that's an individual doing something for individual reasons.
You don't know who they represent or where they're from.
Right.
That's the whole point of them being a Black Knight.
Got it. Okay. To the joust.
All right. Grimshaw, Lorsan, where do you go as soon as you head to town?
The docks.
All right.
Yeah, we
Gotta
need to find a
Your passage.
boat.
We go to the docks, find an older captain with a smaller boat, see if he wants to take a trip to the mainland.
Roll an intelligence or wisdom check of your choosing.
Can I?
Doesn't matter. They're both. Go.
Doesn't matter what? What did you say? Graham, what did you say?
Yeah. I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. It sounds like everyone's kind of breaking up a moment.
I was just gonna ask if I could help Grimshaw with those rolls.
That's why I'm asking both of you to roll an intelligence or wisdom check of your choosing.
Both of us, okay.
Unless you're traveling separately, yeah.
15.
15?
Wisdom, that would be a 14.
Alright, so,
Doesn't really.
All right, so you notice some retired sailors who are just kind of like hanging out in the portside tavern. But so far you have not found anyone who is on active duty.
What time of day is it?
It's like, what, 3 o'clock?
They're probably still fishing or trading.
So there's
More
no
sand.
boats in the harbor right now?
There's boats in the harbor, yeah, but there's boats in the harbor, but like most of them are like transporting vessels, like the ones you guys originally came on.
Large, conspicuous transporting.
Grimshaw, roll a wisdom check.
Grimshaw needs to have good rolls today, and that is an 8.
Never mind.
Right? Grimshaw needs to have good rolls today. Grimshaw doesn't have good rolls.
Where do you guys go next? Or do you want to talk to anyone?
Well, I'm gonna have to assume that all the old retired sailors probably don't have their own boats. Or if they did, their boats probably aren't big enough to survive open sea. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. In waiting, I'm gonna go find my friend. Guy who I aptly call Buddy.
Alrighty.
I guess I'll join you, because nothing else to do, so...
I want both of you to roll me a wisdom check.
Okay.
12.
That's an 8.
This is a unbalanced die. I'm using different die every single time, but this one is just really poorly balanced.
You catch wind of the tournament that's going on after a Black Knight challenged the governor.
Want to go see someone knocked off a horse?
Several horses, hopefully. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, we might find what we need over there. So we're gonna go and sit in the plebeian section. Hopefully we're watching the governor get knocked off his horse.
You guys sit down and you notice up in the royal rafters. Hey, look, there's Troxel.
I just ignore him.
Yeah, we ignore. Just Trey, just like.
We don't know that guy.
Fleece his pockets.
Would I notice them?
Roll an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
It's a lot
5.
harder.
5, 6.
6? Yeah, you're not paying attention.
7.
You're not paying attention to the crowd. You're just focused on the knights.
Got it.
I was gonna say it's really hard to see anyone in a crowd like that. It's like playing Where's Waldo in real life. Not sure.
All right, so you guys watch as the Black Knight comes out. Where is it? His armor is colored red and purple. I'm gonna tell you that.
I was told he was gonna be colored black. I'm disappointed.
Well, I will say, like you notice his shield is wrapped up in a cloth, blocking the heraldry on it.
So was this like a dinner feud or something? Did the governor not invite him to the recent feast?
Can I roll to see if I have heard of any knights that come from a country that represent those specific colors?
Roll heraldry.
Let me see. Do I have heraldry? I do not. Nope.
You can think of zip nada. Alright, so the governor is holding in his hands a medium lance as well as the Black Knight. You also notice that there's a couple of weapons around the area for them to pick up and use as well, most likely after they've knocked off their horse. We go ahead and make the first attack for both of them.
First pass.
First pass, yes.
Come on, Black Knight. Or red and blue knight. Show that governor what for. Grimshaw doesn't have a thing for authority, does he?
The governor's lance hits the Black Knight's shield, but it breaks and he doesn't fall off.
Boo.
Second pass. The lance is always break. That's the point.
Oh my gosh.
Please tell me that the
What?
Black Knight just dethroned the governor.
They dethroned each other.
Oh,
Better.
interesting.
You guys watch as the second pass comes and both knights fall off their horses.
Yeah.
You watch as they ditch the lances. You watch as the governor pulls out a horseman's mace and a medium shield. You watch as the knight draws his horseman's mace and his medium shield. So they both pretty much have the same idea.
Ah, mirror match is boring. Reminds me of the freaking water temple. Legend of Zelda. Dead Dark Link mirroring my exact attacks every single time.
Well, the Black Knight lands the first hit against the governor.
Yeah! We're the only ones cheering in this section, aren't we?
Right? Everyone looks over at us, just raising their eyebrows.
I want you guys to roll me a intelligence check. Yeah, an intelligence check.
It's a 3.
15.
Troxel?
Okie doke. 19.
Damn. Alright, so, Grimshaw, you and Troxel both notice that this knight is interestingly very aggressive as a knight. Like he's the way he essentially lunged after the governor was surprising to most people.
He's not a
I
knight.
think that he's trying to do the governor harm beyond.
No,
Just the
Troxel,
defending
you
job.
with your 19 recognize that while he's being aggressive, he is still fighting honorably. He's just a more aggressive attacker than the governor is.
Okay.
You also know that he could have aimed for the head in that moment, but he chose to go for the arm.
Okay.
At any moment, that doesn't mean I'm going to hit all the time. Also, you'd never aim for the head. You'd always body shot him. Bigger target, more damage.
So the governor lands another counterattack. Okay, nothing then. So they're basically going back and forth at this point. Ooh, okay. So the governor disarms the Black Knight.
Now I thought this was supposed to be a friendly competition. Why'd you have to go and take his arms?
Black Knight rolls to the side and picks up a halberd from the stands.
Ooh.
Big stick axe. Big stick axe.
Big stick axe snap in two after a heavy hit from the governor.
How
Man.
could he? I am disappointed in this child now.
Oh man. Roll another. Roll a intelligence or wisdom check of your choosing.
Modified 20
Come on.
for wisdom.
6. Just playing.
What'd you get, Grimshaw?
7.
No, wrong.
Lorsan.
Hmm.
It was very faint past all the noise, but you barely managed to hear the sound of someone screaming down the street.
Did it sound like a man or a woman?
Woman.
Alright. I'll bring this to Grimshaw's attention.
She might be
Because,
getting mugged. Let's go look for the muggers.
Our pal's supposed to meet us here, so.
He wasn't supposed to meet us here.
Yeah, yeah, you guys hadn't even ran into him yet, so.
Yeah. Let's go check that out because that could be something. That could be a quest trigger. Alright, we're gonna head off and go save the damsel in distress.
Oh, Grimshaw. The Black Knight grabs the governor's head as he lunges in and essentially shoves him into the stand wall.
Yeah!
Am I close enough to just like give him a tap on the head?
No. No.
Loud cheering ensues.
Troxel, roll an intelligence check.
Oh, not 4.
You said a 4?
Yes.
Damn. Alright, cool.
He does not see us leaving.
Does not see you guys leaving. He's focused on the fight. There's something I forgot to mention, though. I will say this. There are some people on the side where the Black Knight came from, aka his entourage. You essentially saw 2 people. One was what looked like a middle-aged human woman dressed in... Where is it? She was dressed in red and purple clothing that looked not rich but not poor either.
So, middle class.
It seems like that, yeah. And then the second person is just someone who looks like a bodyguard.
Why would a knight need a bodyguard? Does anyone want to run that by me? Why would a knight need a bodyguard?
Maybe they're a royalty in disguise.
No, he's not a knight. He's straight not a knight. But we're not gonna deal with that part right now. We're gonna go deal with why this woman out here is screaming.
Well, when you leave the stands and you start heading onto the street, you see more people starting to approach the area. And when you get close enough, you see a dead body on the floor, on the street.
God damn, they already mugged her.
No, it's not a woman, it is a man that's dead.
Oh. Do we recognize them?
No, there just seems like some random person.
A lot of people around us right now.
There's a couple. The gathering's getting pretty big, and you notice the guards running in a certain direction as well as keeping people away from the body.
Just look at the guards real quick. Do we have a direction the guy ran in?
They're like, yes, over there.
I start charging down there.
Roll an intelligence
Alright.
check.
Oh, buddy. I get to be more dumb. More
That's an 8.
more dumb time. 11.
That's not what I want. I want this.
Double ones.
Oh, you got 11?
Yep.
Lorsan, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Alright, cool, bet.
Let's keep running in the wrong direction.
Are you running or are you sprinting? And are you wearing any armor?
No, chainmail.
Chainmail? Okay. So you're getting a little bit weighed down as you're chasing this person. Lorsan, you on the other hand are speedily catching up to him. And Grimshaw, you're watching Lorsan like outrun everyone at this point.
Yep.
Easily.
Speedy boy.
Speedy boy being a monk and all.
Lorsan, what do you want to do when you catch up to them?
I want
Run his
to. I want to lunge and try to grapple them.
Okay, roll to hit.
Okay. And I have a +2 to grapple.
That is
enemies.
correct.
I got a natural 20. Never mind.
He is done. He is on the ground. His pockets are empty.
You watch as Lorsan just grabs the person, wraps their arm around the neck, rolls to the ground, and pins them onto the ground. Guards kind of catch up real quick, going like, okay, good job, citizen. Captain, over here. Oh, so not captain, lieutenant. They call for a lieutenant. Let me go to lieutenant.
Run his pockets, check for a knife.
Yep. What does he have on him?
This guy has a pouch of like 2 silver and 5 copper.
That's mine. I'm taking it.
Yep.
He doesn't have anything else on him.
Not the suspect.
Why were you running?
Because people were chasing him.
He looks up to you and he's like, I didn't mean to, it was an accident.
Didn't mean to do what?
I didn't mean to kill him.
How do you accidentally kill someone?
He doesn't say anything.
Uh-huh. That's what I thought.
What, did you magically wish for a piano to fall out of the sky on this guy? Like, give me something to work with, bud.
You see him blink and he goes, "Oh, what's a piano?"
I don't know, what's a piano with you?
The lieutenant comes over and you watch as a dwarf wielding a battle axe and wearing plate mail armor approaches going, Alright, lads, move out of the way. You there! Lift him up. Lifts him up. He puts the axe against the guy's chest and he says, I'm gonna give you the count of 10 to give me your side of things before I let my imagination go wild.
Nah, count of 3 will be better.
He's
Why
like,
give him a count? Just let the imagination go.
he's like, what happens is he says 1, and then the guy immediately is like, look, I'm just a distraction. I didn't kill him, but the guys you're looking for are way gone by this point.
Alright, distraction, since you know him so well, where are they?
It's like, I don't know, they're supposed to run in a random direction after this.
There's a meeting place, isn't there?
He doesn't answer.
Can I twist his arm to get him to talk?
Dwarf.
Brother. Do you mind if we take this interrogation somewhere more discreet?
He's like, no, that won't be necessary. Brings the axe and presses it against the guy's forehead. You see him starting to sweat.
I was gonna take his toes. His toes look mashable.
The dwarf tells him, count of 5. Guy immediately goes, okay, listen, please, wait, just... There is some place we're supposed to meet up after all this is over, but I really don't think you'll have time for that.
Why?
Why not?
Let's just say that this whole thing was meant to be a distraction in itself.
A distraction for what?
I've got enough time to do whatever I want. I'm not a part of the guard.
He's like, ah, yes. Well, yeah, the thing about that is, you're never gonna know. Guy's not there. You're holding air.
Did he just teleport?
The dwarven lieutenant just like shakes his head and goes, "No, I know enough about magic so that they have to have some kind of incantation to teleport. Even those magical item doohickeys, they have to say some kind of command word."
Could have just been "you'll never know."
He looks at you and says, "That's the dumbest command word that I've ever heard in my life."
But it would work.
He's like, I don't. He's like, I'm not that much of an expert to be able to tell if something that stupid would work. We'd have to consult we'd have to consult with the Mages Guild.
It would. But it'd be great for an escape like that. Even you have to admit that.
It's like, yeah, but at the same time, they keep telling me that their magic works in different. That I don't know how their magic really works. So.
Look, we got enough information out of them. There's a meeting ground, but there's something else going on in the city we got to figure out now.
Agreed. We need to cancel the tournament, and you hear an explosion.
Ah.
Troxel, you hear an explosion too.
From where?
Way off in the industry section, Troxel, you can see a warehouse just got blown up.
Wow.
And from what you can tell, it looked like a fireball spell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brother, you go. You take care of the people in the.
He's already shouting orders to his guards.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, go take care of the fucking people at the fucking what's it called, the tournament. We're gonna go down to the industry section.
I'll head off towards the where the fireball went off, just out of curiosity.
There are people screaming and running now at this point.
First of all, as I leave, what happened between the jousting match?
The governor won in the end. He's a little bit bruised up, a little bit injured, but he's after hearing that explosion, he's immediately grabbing some more equipment and barking out orders.
Okay.
So, why would a warehouse be blown up? Like, what are they keeping in there?
They're after something here.
Unless if the explosion is also a distraction.
I mean, it very well could be, but at this point, we're playing cleanup for the town guard. We'll get our money out of this, I promise.
Roll an intelligence, guys.
We'd better.
Please succeed this roll. Why?
14.
18.
18? Good, thank God. Okay.
I got a.
Okay, so, Grimshaw, you notice two things as you guys are running through the area. The first one is, you notice a couple of shady individuals who are moving through the crowds a little bit quickly, kind of like speed walking. Down one alley as you're running, you notice an individual has a another person pinned up against the wall, and it looks like they're yelling at them. And then you also notice an individual who's moving away from the burning remains of the warehouse. This person is wearing plate mail armor, and they have what looks like a staff in hand.
Plate mail and a staff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not touching that with a 12-foot pole. The self-preservation is a thing for me right now.
Well, I'm gonna say this. He has a look of wicked glee on his face, like he just had the greatest drink of all time.
He was probably the one that blew up the.
Oh, he is the one
warehouse.
who blew it up. I am 100% certain about that. That is easy to see. You can still see the soot on his nose. But that right there is a plate mail wearing mage. Do you want to mess with a plate mail wearing mage? I cannot speak today.
Well,
Where-
Tronxel, you're not there. You're not there just yet. But Grimshaw and Lorsan, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, good, more checks. 12.
14.
Lorsan, you're able, Grimshaw, are you pointing this out to Lorsan?
Yes.
Okay, so Lorsan, you remember that magic users can't wear metal. You don't know much about them, but you do know that much.
Well, maybe he's a fighter that knows some magic.
He's multi-classed.
It doesn't matter if you're multi-class or not. You can't cast magic user spells with plate mail armor.
Or even use an item.
How far away is he?
Yeah, he could have used a scroll or something.
Or that staff that's in his hand?
The staff, maybe. That's a good idea.
How far away is he
He's like
from up?
He's like 20 feet away from you, and he's not running, he's walking.
Okay, so judging from all of this, has he seen us yet?
You're in his field of vision, but he looks too elated to notice you right now. He's kind of like moving towards where the crowd is, trying to work towards mingling into them. And you do see two guys who look like mercenaries moving off to join him at the sides.
Lorsan,
Yep.
let's mingle into the crowd until we can get close enough to take his knees.
Well, I do have. I can either cast Charm Person or
Save that for one of his henchmen.
probably Charm Person.
Charm person for one of his henchmen, and then we can take the other two out. But that big guy in plate mail, we're gonna have to aim for his fleshy bits. Legs. Probably his, let's aim for the back of the knees.
That works.
So go ahead and roll a dexterity check as you move into the crowd, trying to stay hidden.
16.
Hold on. That is a 10.
Lorsan, you're sticking out like a sore thumb, and one of the mercenaries sees you.
Well, I am a half-orc.
Not Grimshaw, but Lorsan.
Grimshaw just fucking fell into the darkness.
Not really the darkness. It's just among humans, you're pretty small, so you're easy.
Yeah,
you're more easily.
you are
missed.
short, so.
No.
I'm gonna say this: as they notice you, they're gonna start whispering to the guy in the plate mail, and his attention is now on you as well. Troxel, roll an intelligence check as you enter the scene.
Yeah,
I'm lucky.
10.
Set a 10.
10.
All right, so you don't notice the group nor the armored dude, and you're just moving past everyone as you see the building burning down. Yeah, exactly. There's some guards that are starting to catch up with you as well as they make it to the warehouse. Let's see here.
The ankles look.
Lorsan, roll a saving throw for me.
Saving throw.
Yep.
Roll high, please.
Hold on.
Oh, no one do this by myself.
Let me see here.
I have like 38 health, but I really don't want to fight this by myself.
Do I know what sort of spell he's casting?
No.
Because I do have a +4 to paralyzation, poison, or death magic.
No, you don't. No, you don't apply that. What'd you roll?
Alright.
3.
3?
That's a 3.
That's a hold person spell.
No, worse.
That's a charm person spell.
No.
That's a
You
fire-
watch
What
as
is
this guy, like, his wicked grin comes back as he holds his hand out, chants a spell, and then holds his hands like this, and then starts moving around. You feel your limbs moving against your will. You have full mental control, but
I know what spell it is.
you feel your arm reach for your sword, draw it, and Grimshaw, you're being attacked by your comrade.
So
Can
he
I
knows what's
shout,
there.
watch out to
I-
Grimshaw?
I don't know what's there.
Dominate person or something?
No, from what you can tell, he's having Lorsan slash at anyone and everyone around them.
Can I
Okay.
shout to Grimshaw, watch out? So that he can dodge out of the way.
Roll a con check for him to hear you.
I need to roll with a con check.
What'd you roll?
That's a 4.
No, you don't hear her.
Man, you.
What's your AC, Grimshaw?
4.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, it's a swing and a miss for you, but Lorsan did hit a random passerby, and immediately people start screaming and bolting from that. Troxel! You now hear screaming behind you, turn around, you see Lorsan randomly hacking at people. Roll an intelligence check for me.
That's good. 18.
Alright, so you notice that while Lorsan seems to be attacking everyone and anyone in the vicinity, his movement is very janky, almost like he's being pulled out with invisible strings.
Okay.
So we got Troxel in the mix now.
Okay, I'll run back towards them. I'll spend my round running towards them this time.
Grimshaw, how do you
Tell
react to
what.
this?
Am I still hidden? Do they still see me, or do
This
they see
individual
me?
does not. This individual still has not noticed you. Again, they're having Lorsan slash at everyone around them.
I know, but I'm gonna work my way around the group.
I understand that Lorsan's swinging wildly. He's not his own because he'd never attack me right behind like that. He'd wait until I'm completely distracted.
Well, they don't notice you at all.
Yeah, guess what? Am I behind him now?
You're behind the group, yes.
Time to take some knees.
Can I go for the triple kill on their knees?
That'll be a -4, but yeah.
That's
Why would
fine
it be a
by-
-4?
That's fine by me. That's more than I need. Say goodbye to your knees. 17.
Oh.
He said
17.
17.
Yeah.
You hear the crunch as the bodyguards get. Oh, Truxel fan. Hold on. Let me get Tom back on. There we go. He's back.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah. So you break the knees of the mercenaries. He's screaming all that kind of stuff. Soon as the hammer hits the what do you call it? The boots of the because they're very high boots with like all that kind of stuff, with like kneecaps and all that. As soon as that hits there, your hammer stops. Like you knocked him back. You knocked him out of balance for a second, but it did not deal damage against him.
That's
Now-
a lot of AC for that.
Is
Well, one second. Let me.
distracted?
I'm about to roll a Constitution check for him. No, okay, you're free from the spell.
Okay. Am I allowed to take an action?
Yes.
Okay, can I dash towards it?
Yes, you can dash. While you're dashing, he notices that you're rushing forward. He notices the dwarf behind him. Let's see
He's
here.
no longer smiling.
Is his face unprotected?
Is his face unprotected?
Yeah, is he wearing a helmet?
He's not wearing a helmet. But first, he looks down when he notices Grimshot. He just grins evilly. He says something that's lost in the crowd, and you watch as his staff turns into a mace as he swings at Lorsan just as you reach him. So let me roll to hit you. So what's your AC?
My AC is 2. Can I parry it?
Yes, you can.
All filthy casual afterwards.
Wait, did I have to roll to parry it?
I forget exactly, but he misses either way.
Okay.
And you said you wanted to hit his face?
Yes, I want to punch him in the face with my brass knuckles.
Roll to hit.
Right.
His teeth.
+1, so 14.
14, alright. Roll 1d4.
One +1, so 2 damage.
And your strength bonus?
+1, so 3.
Alright, and then +2 because of those. So 5 points of damage against him.
Cool.
So are his two guards just like completely out of the fight right now?
Yeah, you broke their knees.
They were not expecting a dwarf with.
And the first one you hit with such power because you had to get through all 3 of them that you knocked him onto the ground in addition to just breaking his knees. Like his head hit the concrete and he's unconscious kind of thing.
That sounds about right.
He turned into a ragdoll.
So you hit him in the head. He gets like knocked back a little bit.
No, I
There was malice in that hit.
I wanted to just punch him in the face, knock out some teeth, try and knock him out, I guess.
You didn't knock him out.
Okay.
This guy
He's
took.
missing some teeth.
He's not missing some teeth. He has a cut and bruise on his forehead, But no, he's not missing some teeth. He's not that damaged. Troxel, what do you want to do as you get closer to the group, seeing this seeing both Lorsan and Grimshaw attacking?
I see Lorsan fighting with the plate mill guy with the
Yep.
staff.
Yep. Well, no. It changed from a staff into
other...
Troxel. It changed from a staff into a mace. He is now wielding a mace.
He is meant to change it.
I never saw him with the staff then.
No, you did see him with a staff. As you're charging forward, and Lorsan's charging forward, you watch as the staff turned into a mace, and he swung at her or at him.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll up to him behind Lorsan, and I'll say, "Surrender or die," to him.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yes, it is. And I'm gonna. Lorsan has not done any hit points yet. I'm bleeding. Is that correct?
He's not been hit yet. No.
Okay. Then that's all I'm doing this round.
All right. Let's see here.
We're just giving him a target-rich environment.
And judging by the psychotic smile on this guy's face when we got here, I don't think he's gonna say, "Nah, I give up. There's too many." He's just gonna fight.
Grimshaw, do you have any armor on?
Chainmail.
Okay, sweet. The guy grins and he starts casting a spell.
I wonder if he can hold concentration.
Is Lorsan right beside him? Can she interrupt that spell?
Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and make your rolls.
Okay. So as you're saying this, I have one question.
Okay.
How guarded is he between his legs?
So it looks like he has padded his gambeson armor underneath the plate mail.
He said that's gone. Say goodbye.
That's
to
rough.
the only good thing about you.
Poor dude.
On a modified 20. Should I roll the damage?
No. But you do not. From what you can see, you didn't actually deal any physical damage to him, but he did feel the pain of that strike, and he did get knocked to the ground, and therefore was unable to finish his spell. So that has been spoiled.
Knock, knock.
I don't know. Do I understand or not understand why Grimshaw didn't do any physical damage to him when he hit him with his...
Roll an intelligence check.
13.
Not off the top of your head. You're going to have to think about it some more outside of this situation. Grimshaw, he rolled a nat 20 to hit your face with the mace.
How much damage?
One second.
Getting a lot of
There it
hits for this.
6 points of damage.
Oh no. I'm at 32.
Yeah, well, now he's trying to roll back to the feet, back onto his feet.
Can I grab him?
Roll hit.
Okay. 14 plus 2, so 16.
Yes, you grapple him. Ah, there goes Troxel again.
Okay. Well, she has him grappled. I'm gonna make another golf swing to the same area.
Okay.
It's kind of tee up and that's a hit. A lot. I'm not rolling damage though. I'm just making sure that he feels it every single time he tries to do something.
It's clear that he's feeling it.
I rolled a
flat 19 to hit. A modified 32.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that hit.
No damage. Hit.
He can't do anything right now because he's grappled by Lorsan. But, like, yeah.
It's
Is
just
Grimshaw doing damage to him?
No, there's no... He's not dealing any physical damage, just pain. You hear the rest of the guards coming up as there's essentially 10 guards and what looks like an elven lieutenant that aim their crossbows, and the elf aims their bow at him. They're like, "We wouldn't move anymore if I were you."
You're not talking to me, are you?
No, we're not talking to you. We're talking to the person who's clearly the antagonizer.
Alright, I take another golf swing for good measure.
Strip him from his mace. Strip him out of his mace.
They pull his mace out.
I wanted another roll of why we're doing damage to him.
Roll, make another roll.
Natural 20.
There you go. It just clicked to you that the only reason this guy would not be receiving damage from you guys is if he had magical armor and therefore could only be hit by magical weapons.
Oh, really? Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay.
Magical armors are usually very rare, so...
Well, we know what we're taking from him now.
Yes.
When we strip him on, I'll explain to the guard that I'm a friend of the Portwells. My name is Troxel Crandall. I'm a noble, and it's necessary. This man is clearly insane, and it's necessary that we take both his weapon and his plate mail. And if the governor wants those back, just have him call me. I've been staying either at the governor's place or at the Blushing Gold Tavern.
Have him Venmo me.
Even grapple, this guy's laughing.
Clearly insane. And you need
Oh, no. I'm not laughing because I'm insane. I'm laughing because you, my friend, are a dead man. He nods to you.
See, and that's
Hey,
the reason why we need take his armor off, Grimshaw.
Droxel, you feel something pierce your neck.
Pierce my neck as in a dagger piercing my neck?
No, as in a needle piercing your neck.
Never.
So, okay. So I feel a needle piercing my neck.
Roll a saving throw.
Poison.
Not good. I rolled a 15 on my die, and I have no clue if I have any adders or what I'm trying to save against.
You fail the save.
Oh no.
You guys watch as he starts to shake and his body starts to convulse and fall to the ground, while this guy just keeps on laughing. It's like, nobleman, someone important, huh? If you want him to live, you'll let me go, and then we'll toss you the antidotes.
I mean, I could just keep crushing your family jewels. Take your armor and actually crush your family jewels. I could do that.
Lieutenant says, no, we can't let someone of his station die. That is not acceptable.
And the alternative is letting this psychopath go?
Unfortunately, yes.
You nobles are all the same.
Does he have the antidotes on him?
It's like, no, obviously, because then you could take it from me, wouldn't you? No, the antidote is on the person who launched the attack. You let me go, we get back together, and then he'll throw you the antidote.
We can't trust that. We really can't trust that.
Can I look around and see if I can spot the person?
Roll an intelligence check.
Nope, that's a 9.
Nope.
So we have to take you on your word that this guy's just gonna toss the antidote to get away. To
On
let
my
you
orders,
free.
yes. I want to kill you, but I want to kill you fair and square. It's more fun that way.
Why don't we take that armor off and you and me can tango?
I don't think so, my friend. You better hurry and make a decision. He's running out of time.
I got all day.
The elf is like, we do not. Sir, please release him so that we can save him.
It's all on Lorsan at this point.
Don't forget that the lieutenant also has a squadron of 10 soldiers who have, well, 10 guards who have crossbows in their hands.
Yes, but it is Lorsan who's holding him. I am only crushing his family jewels over and over, making sure that he feels the pain.
My point was that they could shoot Lorsan if they feel like he's holding him
Yes, I know,
hostage or anything like that.
But Lorsan is the one who has to make the decision.
Well,
Lorsan also surprisingly has a meat shield that can't be unmeated. It is up to Lorsan. What will Lorsan choose, being the evil son of a bitch she is?
One second.
Never let me.
well, I guess I don't want the noble to die, as irritating as he is. So I'll let the psychotic guy go.
He kind of like, you know, he kind of like, he's like, that's better. Reaches for his staff, gets it back. Command word turns it back into his staff. He's like, another time, my friends. And with that, bolts into the darkness. And then after about a minute, from another direction, a vial gets thrown at you guys. Roll a dex check, everyone.
We're all gonna drop it. We're all gonna drop it, and this is all for naught right here.
I got a 16.
7.
Lorsan catches it.
Thank God this wasn't all for naught, because I would have had to kill the elf.
You apply the antidote to Troxel.
Yep.
It's gonna take him a few minutes to stabilize, but he's not in danger of dying.
Good of you to muck up everything again.
After a few minutes, after I recover my whatever,
Yeah.
I'll heal myself up to my full hit points.
No, you
And
didn't
I'll
lose
heal,
health from that, but
I didn't. Okay, and I'll heal Grimshaw if he needs it.
No, I'm fine.
he says as there's a trickle of blood going down his forehead.
I've been dealt worse. It was only 6 points of damage.
So what's your understanding of why the warehouse was blown up?
We have no idea. That place was planned to be like they were just like it's just a warehouse. It's just we just store normal stuff there.
And what
What's
happened to
about?
the other two people who were his guards?
They're on the ground.
Well, we can question
Okay.
them.
Yeah, let's question them. Then we'll let the Lieutenant Elf take them.
I'm gonna take the one who's still awake. I'll be like, I'm questioning this one. I start dragging him.
Nope,
behind
you do
me.
not, because the lieutenant immediately stands in your way and says, "You don't have the authority."
Ma'am, I was going to make sure that guy never left, but somebody had to let nobility get in the way. I'm not letting it happen again.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
finding
And
reasons.
nope, she holds her hand up. She says, "Nope. You are a traveler here. We are the authority. We are the authorities here. We're going to take him into questioning ourselves."
You're gonna do everything in your utmost proportion to get the information out of him.
Do
you
we
even
get to,
have the gallstones to do what needs to be done right now?
Do
Or
I need
you
to
just
have
gonna
our?
throw them in a you gonna throw them in a cell to rot for a few
while
hours and
Grimshaw's
hope to
talking
get
with Lieutenant about the one person, I will
that other guy's like pretty much dead in the water already.
I'll check the other person to see if he has any papers on him or any information, and
He has a couple of
So
daggers
basically,
on him. He
we-
has a pouch. He has a pouch full of like 3 silver, but no papers, no documents or anything like that.
okay.
And Grimshaw, she says, and if you keep this up, I might have the. And she's like, if you keep this up, I might have the cleric, the local cleric, determine your alignment.
Go ahead. I'm fluorescently evil, but at least I know when the job needs to get done. I may be evil, but at least I know to protect my own. Are you gonna stop me from protecting my own? The man you just let run away turned my person into little more than a marionette. I'm not about to let that fly. I'm getting every ounce of information out of this guy that I can.
You'll want to speak to the governor. If you can get his permission, you can be there for the interrogation. We have rules for a reason, sir.
Those rules are getting in the way of progress.
She does not answer you. She takes the guy and her men, and they start heading back.
You're taking both of the characters, both of them?
They're taking the one who's alive.
Okay. So the one who's dead, they don't care about. So is there any loot?
They're well, like I told you, the guy had a pouch of 3 silver on him, as well as a couple of daggers. But they're picking up the body and bringing him. They're not going to leave a dead body in the streets.
Okay. So do we split a silver piece then?
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys, you now are looking back at Troxel as you guys are reunited unexpectedly.
Do we split a silver?
Grimshaw is sitting here just fuming right now.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like a train.
That is a train.
That is a train, yeah.
I live right next to a train station.
I know,
yes.
I know. I was just making a joke.
You go ahead,
Yes.
Grimshaw.
He is fuming. This is one of the few times he does not think about money or status or gaining said status. He wants that information because at this point he sees Lorsan as too much of an asset to let go of.
Okay.
Somebody else controls.
And
Lorsan.
I'll tell Grimshaw, come with me and I'll introduce you to the governor. And
Roll an
I'll-
intelligence. All of you roll an
to get
intelligence
you-
check.
And get you into the.
15.
15. 1.
This guy's not like me today. 2 ones already.
We are doing.
Troxel, what did you get?
For an intelligence check at 10.
I'm not gonna let us sit in on that.
Grimshaw, make me one more roll.
11.
Okay, never mind. $15 will give you this much. You thought you noticed something in the corner of your eye.
At this rate, we are in the throes of a city besieged in Grimshaw's book. I was like, I'm gonna go look at that.
Whatever it is gone, but it's in the direction of the nearest alleyway.
Mages attacked this place. Mages can't be trusted. Humans are starting to become less and less trustworthy as I fight. Surprisingly, it's the orcs that are trustworthy. At least I can read them. This is not an internal monologue, by the way. He's saying this out loud.
Are you heading to the alley or not?
I am heading to the alley as
We'll follow. I'll follow.
I'm going
Alright.
to do a strip search of that alley to make sure I can find whatever was over there.
Everyone roll an intelligence check.
17.
9.
Second
One
one
all
in a
over.
row.
Oh, jeez, you got 2 runs in a row?
Yeah, hang on, I'm chasing dice. This is not like...
Lorsan found
okay.
his shoes. They were on his feet the entire time.
Man, this alleyway is dirty.
Somebody should clean it. Lorsan sits there with like a brush.
Troxel,
Alright.
you notice someone slinking away, you notice someone slinking away around the corner.
Grimshaw, the corner to the left or right, I'll tell him.
The corner.
At the end of the alley.
We're running again. We're chasing people again.
So you move around the corner, and you essentially spot someone wearing a cloak trying to blend in.
Trying to blend in with the alleyway. Guy's not smart, is he?
With the shadows of the alleyway.
Oh, I'm gonna walk past him like I didn't see him, and then turn around. And
No.
just-
As soon as he spots you, he immediately bolts for it.
Oh, okay. Well, how fast? Like, where's he? Is this a dead end alleyway, or is this a? Like, how is this alleyway set up? Is this a dead end, or?
It's like a T shape, and he's immediately like as soon as he sees you, he bolts for around the corner. So he's trying to exit the alleyway now and try to get out.
Can I chase him down?
Yes,
Shoot
you
him
can
in the
easily you can easily chase him down.
Alright.
I pull out my crossbow. Oh, I don't have a crossbow anymore. I don't have
And
a
even
crossbow
then, you'd still have to load it up.
You have that thing loaded. Grimshaw would have that thing loaded. You kidding me? Grimshaw would only unload it.
The guards would not allow any primed and ready to shoot weapons just walking around the street. So you'd have to prime that in the middle of combat or after everything starts going to shit.
Yeah. All right. Don't have it anyway.
Yeah. Lorsan.
But do we have a bottle next to me?
No.
We're in an alleyway. Is there trash?
No.
Something. There's no trash I can pick up and throw at the guy.
Not like that, no. Lorsan, you catch up to him easily, you grab him, and this person shows no resistance. They just kind of like fall to the ground. They're like, alright, I'm caught.
In his hands,
Nothing.
run his pockets.
You find like a spyglass, but that's about it.
You want to tell me why you were running?
It's like, obviously because I didn't want to get caught.
Why are you afraid of getting caught? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything technically. I'm just supposed to keep an eye on things. And like we were afraid of, he went berserk.
What was supposed to happen?
What was supposed to happen is he blows up the warehouse and then sneaks off to join one of the other groups.
Other groups?
Yes, there's 3 of them.
What are the other 2? We only ran into one other one. What are the other 2?
Well, it's like one group is meant to be the face distraction. Another group was supposed to cause a secondary distraction and then start taking out certain targets. And then his group was supposed to destroy the warehouse and then regroup with the second group and help them. But of course the idiot didn't do that. He just... Yeah.
Where are you meeting?
One second. They tell you that they have a ship off the coast that's kind of like circling around, and they're supposed to head onto there as soon as their mission is over.
As soon as their mission. What does the mission entail? What are you trying to get out of this?
They didn't really tell me much. I'm not much of this operation. I'm just a hired thief. All I know is what I've been told. They picked me out of everyone else to keep an eye on that guy and make sure he doesn't go crazy, but there's not much you can do when he just starts drawing attention.
And who's they?
The guys who hired me, they don't tell me their name. They're not stupid.
Who's the person that you were keeping an eye on? What's his name?
If I remember correctly, his name is Draken Vertho. Draeken, and then Virtho.
Is he the person that hired the other?
No.
He's a hiree. Any markings from your contacts that you get hired by? Something that would denote anything?
Not that I'm aware of. All I know is that they had a very heavily armored guy with him. He was kind of leading the whole. He wasn't really leading it, but it seemed like he was in charge, but he wasn't running the operation.
And you're just a local hire, a local thief in this city. Is
Not local here. They brought me from another from the mainland. I'm just a thief. I had a job. Took it. I didn't realize it was going to get this extreme until halfway here.
You knew this Draken Vertho before?
No, this is my first time. I mean, I've heard of him, but I'd never actually known him.
What type of havoc or harm was the second group supposed to do? This was just a distraction. The warehouse. What was the harm?
The warehouse wasn't a distraction. That was a legitimate target.
Why would anybody care about destroying an old warehouse?
Don't ask me. Ask my employers. I will say that with Group 2, they were supposed to take out certain targets.
Certain targets? Are you aware what the target? Were they individuals or other buildings or structures?
They were individuals.
Individuals. Are you familiar with a term called the Black Knight? Was he supposed to take?
What?
Were you supposed to take out the governor?
It's like the term Black Knight, I think, refers to someone who's hiding their heraldry.
Correct.
Okay.
The knight who was challenging the governor today. Was he supposed?
Yeah.
Was he a part of your entourage?
I don't know. I'd have to see him.
We're getting nowhere with this guy.
I'm doing the
Brother,
best
we
I.
You're supposed to meet up with everyone else.
What'd you say?
When are you
When
supposed
are
to
you
meet up
supposed
with
to
him?
meet up with everyone?
Well, I'm supposed to have led Draken over to the second group by now. We're supposed to find. It would have been pretty easy. We just follow the screams, but yeah. After that, after we finish our jobs, we're supposed to head out. You're running out of time.
Where exactly? Show me. Hold up a map.
Are you asking where the targets are, or where the boat is?
Where are you meeting? The boat.
He shows you the bay, and he's just like, they're circling around this section.
Alright. Lorsan, do what you want with him. I'm gonna leave it in your hands. I'm gonna start heading off in that direction.
I'd very much like to
Well, I
live,
guess
sir.
I'm going to take a spyglass and I'll knock him out.
Alright, gets knocked out.
Alright.
I'd very much like to live, sir.
He's just like, listen, I've been as helpful as I possibly can be. Like, it's... I have...
That's why I did Grimshaw it. I'm just like, let someone else make that decision. We got our information.
Person. Good decision.
Put blood on your hands.
Hey! You know the song!
All you can do is choose.
Oh, it's such a great line. For anyone who doesn't know, we're talking about Epic the Musical. I want to spread the news of that musical as much as I possibly freaking can.
It is a pretty good musical.
It's so good. Alrighty.
Probably fix it up.
And so, Grimshaw, you're heading to the meeting place, is that it?
He's heading for the coast, essentially.
Okay. Follow along. I'm not exactly clear. So we're going to let basically all the... We really don't think we can stop whatever
We
harm they're
chase.
planning to do. We're just going to try and pick them up when after they're finished whatever they're planning to do.
Do you want to try running after them this entire time, or do you want to cut them off before they get to their final destination?
No, I understand. Final destination's good, or the meeting place is a good choice. The question is, what are you going to do with when we see Drake and Volta, or
Well, we'll have to
Beer
decide that later because we're already past the midway marker. So we're gonna go ahead and take a pause here.
okay, 10 minutes
All
or
right.
what?
15 minutes approximately.
Okay.
All right.
See you then.
See you guys in 15 minutes.
Sherva, oh valya, oh Sherva, oh valya, oh Sherva, oh valya, Ani Sherak Tantauri, oh Sherva, oh valya, oh Sherva, oh valya, oh Sherva, oh valya, Ani Sherak Tantauri, Sherva van van len var begracht u veien gevan, jo ik rei själv med lag, stulder talas na karlev, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, ani Sherak Tantauri, ta granja vele kaktar shalja, ogli armar limar chara, gere kranis de galnes panik, eskurisur u gör khalif, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, ani Sherak Tantauri, av vina vack och veckan, una min bjå ina viak schachtan, kan jag väl smile karski, ak fugur fanna golv, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, ani Sherak Tantauri, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, oro Sherva, o valja, ani Sherak Tantauri.
3, 5, 4, 5. I smell the bones of an Englishman.
3, 5, 4, crossbone swords and a bottle of rum. Levi, oh hum, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. From the dawning of the day to the drowning of the sun, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. Salt on my tongue from the spray of the sea, drunk on the sun beating down on me, bound for a treasure that's never been seen, where dead men lay their bones. Blood on my hands from the pull of the rope, no wind in our sails so we have to row, and it's heave ho to the locker you'll go, where dead men lay their bones, where dead men lay their bones. 3, 5, 4, crossbone swords and a bottle of rum. Levi, oh hum, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. From the dawning of the day to the drowning of the sun, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. Shapes in the shadows wanna swallow us whole. The roar of the kraken tries to pull us below, so it's heave ho to the locker we'll go, where dead men lay their bones. Captain Jack throws another one back. He finishes a bottle while we're breaking our backs, so it's I cap until we give him the sack, where dead men lay their bones. Crossbone swords and a bottle of rum. Levi, oh hum, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. From the dawning of the day to the drowning of the sun, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. Way, hey, and up he rises. Way, hey, and up he rises. Way, hey, and up he rises. Crossbone swords and a bottle of rum. Levi, oh hum, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. From the dawning of the day to the drowning of the sun, no rest for the lily-livered pirate scum. Hoist the Jolly Roger! as decay is closing in, and the kiss of deadly silence has been placed upon my skin. For the code we're bound to follow, you have led my last crusade. Now we're swallowed by the city as it fades. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain. Requiem for sunlight, hide away now from the dark. To me the anger deep is calling, tearing me apart. Somehow the whispers do command me when the abyss has taken hold. Now carry on in glory when I grow cold. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain. Foolishly I let the darkness creeping. In this restless room my soul is beating. I confess to you that dark has taken me prisoner. I am corrupt beyond any rescue. I've forsaken my vow to protect you. Oh, when these horrors face the father of the sinister. If the fight's over, I will sacrifice my mind, just to know you'll still be breathing when the years have been unkind. So continue on without me, guide my body and my fame. Keep a watch over the wasteland when the world forgets my name. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh, geez, they're still not here.
How could he? How could they?
Okay, let me just make a quick message.
He's filled with scuff.
Well, in the meantime, I am an idiot. I realized that instead of muting the microphone on Steam, on the Streamlabs, I can just tap my mic and just mute it right here. And the light turns off so I know that it's off or on.
Brilliant.
Would have saved me so much
they-
stress. Why is Tom on the general chat, voice chat of
He's been
Realm
he's
Reaver
been there
City?
all night. He has been there all night.
Okay. Wow, no one's here.
Today, I mean, you messaged them, but at the same time, I do not think they're hearing it because it is computer-based.
Or phone.
Yes.
Either way. Alright, so
So Wild Adventures of Grimshaw time. Let's go.
no, they're going with you, so let's just yeah, there's not much we can do until they come back.
I was honestly really hoping that Lorsan just crushed the guy's skull as he was pleading for his life. Oh, it would have made me so happy. But I understand that if I did it, I would be proclaimed the murder hobo.
You are the murder hobo. What are you talking about?
No, first off, I prefer transient killer. I get paid to do it usually. Alright, there's one more.
That's 1 out of 3. Sorry, that's 2 out of 3.
I bought 3 cherry trees and planted them last month. I'm trying to keep them alive. I don't know how successful I'm going to be.
About as successful as keeping people alive when you have to deal with me.
Ah.
Well, either
Actually,
way,
I'm counting on you to do the primary killing for the group.
I am the primary killer of the group. It's me and Lorsan. You were just like sitting in the back, like no, please stop.
well, don't forget he also grew up in a kingdom that is heavily against using magic for literally anything. So there's going to be a lot of laws on using aggressive or offensive spells. Like Fireball? Oh, that shit's just straight up illegal.
I mean, in city limits, probably. I gotta find another D&D game, too. I've got a really good character concept that I want to play, but I don't want to play it here because then Grimshaw would have to die. And we can't have that.
Dude, as a DM, I had so many character ideas, but I can't play shit.
Well, the good thing about a DM is if you have a character idea, you could use that character idea.
Yeah, but the whole point is not to overshadow the party. The closest I can get to actually using any of my ideas is having them be your enemy, and then just... yeah.
Which is still good.
Welcome back to you.
Hello.
Alright, so you guys are headed for the coast.
Coast with the most.
I'll tell, as we head off to the coast, I'll tell them what happened with the bandit group and magical ley lines. I don't know whether they're interested in that or not, but nothing further developed from it.
Aw.
Zero interest in magic.
The only interest in magic I have is it gonna make my weapon stronger, and go through that jerk off's armor after we're done.
Well, we want to get that armor for you. There's no question about that.
Eventually. Gonna make that guy sing at a higher octave next time.
Question, are you guys running through the city or are you walking?
We're moving at a fast pace. I don't see any need to run. We'll be exhausted when we get there, but we won't.
We need to get there
We
first.
won't roll around or anything like that.
Like a speed walk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we need to get we're speed walking through the city, and then we're going to try and get to the rendezvous point early.
You know what I heard in terms of being able to march? I don't know whether you guys read the Bernard Cornwell series, the Richard Sharp series, but they basically did 3 steps of walking, 3 steps of running, 3 steps of walking, 3 steps of running, and then kept repeating that. And they could go easily 30 miles a day plus.
Huh.
So that was what they called the British Rangers at the time. So,
It's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yes, the U.S. Rangers just jog.
Yep, I'm sure.
The U.S. Rangers just jog the whole time instead of run, walk, and they get the same distance. It's already been proven. But aside from that, so I'm going to flat out assume that we're probably going to get accosted in the city.
I wouldn't assume that at all. Why would you assume that?
Because if I assume it and it doesn't happen, I am pleasantly surprised. If it does happen, I am ready.
Well, you're not accosted, but there is an individual who sees you guys walking and then takes stride beside you guys, saying, hold on, let me look something up real quick.
Do we recognize the person?
No. Let me double check this real quick. Okay, so they kind of like take a stride beside you, going like, greetings. Slow down for a second. I want to ask you about something.
Busy. If you have to ask and walk.
Very well. I was talking to an interesting gentleman in one of the taverns, kind of a shady fellow. He mentioned you guys.
Specifically?
Specifically you, he said, pointing at the dwarf.
What's up?
Are you part of any sort of shady group or anyone secretive or?
Not that we're
You mean
aware
besides
of.
the guys that just blew up the warehouse?
What are you looking for?
Well, that is to say, next question. Do you know anything about a ring?
No.
Next question.
That's it. Those are the only questions I have.
Got nothing for you on that.
Really, because he seemed to believe that you either had or knew of a ring that was very valuable.
And? What were you trying to get out of it?
I'm just trying to confirm whether or not this is true. Though I'm mostly interested in the, if you're either part of or know anyone who's a secret individual trying to... I'm sorry, I'm very bad at this.
And I can ask, besides the people that just blew up the warehouse, you mean those shady people?
Well, you're the only one who's not attacking me at the moment, so yes. I'd like to talk to you instead of people who are causing wanton destruction.
Causing what? We're trying to stop the wanton destruction right now, or when they're done, we're gonna do some wanton destruction of their shit.
I see. That's good to know.
But as for the ring, I gotta say, thing's more trouble than what it's worth.
You do know something about it.
Yeah, I do. I do know that a lot of people want to get their hands on it. And that if they want to find it, they gotta go back to its source.
Where's the
All
source?
the info. I'll tell you. Why? What's your interest in it?
I don't know. I'd have to think on that. But honestly, I didn't expect an answer to that question.
You don't know what your interest is in it?
I'm grabbing the guy now. I'm like, you don't know what your own interest is, but you're asking questions? Brother, you've got to tell me now. You have a vested interest in this.
I'm a very curious individual. I heard that you guys had, or either had or knew of the whereabouts of a very valuable ring. I wanted to ask.
And let's say I do, and let's say I said the ring was bad news.
Just remember, you guys can roll to try and determine if someone's lying or not.
I mean,
I'll roll that. I rolled a 14 on intelligence.
You can't tell.
I guess I
I
was
didn't
right.
expect so.
11? Nope.
You know what? $15. Still nothing?
Still nothing. If this guy's lying, he's really good at it.
Brother, you better tell me what you know about that ring, or I'll make sure that the fish have a good meal tonight.
Roll an intimidation check. You want
Something-
a low charisma roll for that.
That's a D100, right?
Yep.
$12.
You said you grabbed him?
Yes.
Did you pin him against the wall or anything, or?
Oh, I'll pin him against the wall once I start threatening him.
Alright, sweet. As soon as you say that, he, like, bursts like a dam. It's like a broken dam. He's just like, okay, so here's the thing. I don't actually want this ring. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. I was just told to seek out any rumors about anything like that. But for the most part, I was told to look for anyone suspicious, or cloaky, or anyone who might be hiding something, things like that. That's all. That's all.
Told by who?
Who are you working for?
He gingerly points over to the smoke from the warehouse.
Good to know. You never saw us.
I never saw you. But I would like to... I'll give you a warning real quick. It's a freebie. These guys are looking for a group of people. It's not just random. They're looking for someone specific. I don't know who. They didn't give me enough details or information. But it seems like they think someone is in this town, and that's why they arranged this little raid. It's just...
They nearly killed the human. They turned the orc into a marionette. And they sent a guy who can't be hit by normal weapons at me. And you want to tell me that nearly killing a nobleman, turning that thing into a marionette to
I'm
swing
just
at
telling you what I know. I don't know more than that. Okay?
And
They're-
who's the person that they're looking for?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think those fishes are getting kind of hungry.
I'm being honest. I don't know the actual details. It looks like they've been compartmentalizing all the information. Only like need to know basis, you know? They just hired me to look for anything or anyone fishy. If I do, I let them know. They come and take them out.
Tell you what. You forgot who I am. You forgot about the ring. The ring isn't on any person here.
He's gonna file that information away. It's like, okay. How about one little extra bonus? I can give you the general idea of who their initial targets were before this whole thing happened.
Gotcha.
And when I say that, I mean they've already been here for a couple of days to get this information. This is what I know before they started sending me out during all this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sweet. You get... Group 2. Okay, so the only targets that he is aware of is a broker, a merchant, and a magic user. But he doesn't know about anyone else. If there is anyone else. He just knows that...
narrows it down significantly.
Do you have names?
No names. Just that general information. People tend not to...
Here.
What'd you say?
You get out of here, you forget we exist.
On it. Thank
We
you.
never met.
Met who? I don't know who you're talking about. As soon as you let go of him, he bolts.
He won't talk.
You sure about that?
That or this night's about to get a little bit more interesting. But we found the people who were after the ring, and frankly, I'm really not willing to sell to them.
You guys reach the coast, and you see... If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't have noticed it. But you do see a cog just kind of like making its way around the bay, heading back around.
How big is the ship?
It is a cog ship, so... Ship. There we go. We're going to go with... Looks to be about 50 feet long and 20 feet wide. With a depth of about 8 feet.
Probably takes 10 to 15 men to crew that. Amply, anyway. Taking it would be a problem. None of us know how to actually sail. Anything on the coast that they used to get over here?
Nope.
Boats, anything like that?
Nothing.
So they had people row them out and then row them back. Because you can't pull a ship that close to the shore like that. So we can't hamper their escape, which is what I was honestly hoping.
Maybe we can follow them.
No, but we might need to readdress what's going on. We gotta get to the shore and pick up what's her name, get her to the mainland.
Troxley, you're confused at their conversation at this point, not knowing who this person is.
I am. But I'm more concerned about the people that are coming now. I'm watching for people coming towards the docks.
We're talking about a cog ship that's gonna ferry them probably to the mainland. They were after a trinket and a bunch of people. Buddy, the broker. They were after the broker. I gotta go check on Buddy.
I
love
am
this.
literally like Grimshaw just realizes like the one friend I have in this city. I gotta go check on him.
Are you planning to go?
Yeah, because he said a merchant, a broker, and he said a noble.
Magic
Uh,
user.
Magic
Closest,
user.
how close is the
Magic.
broker?
You're basically on the opposite side of it.
Yeah, we're on the opposite side
Well-
of the city.
Not like opposite. Like you're on the right side of it. Just you're on this
On
corner
the-
when he's on this corner.
Oh, okay. So we can just run over there.
Yeah. We're not gonna be able to stop them here. Especially not if they have fancy magic armor. We're gonna have to focus on saving the 3 people that we have to save. Or at least one of the 3. Because he's a vested interest.
As the party moves across to the broker, I'll look for guards and try and warn the guards to tell them that the people that have been raiding the city, burning the warehouse, etc., come back here and possibly get on one of the ships out in the bay. So if we can get us some soldiers, that would be very helpful.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part. Or you went to the you went to who?
I want a guard anywhere that I see. A member of the constabulary, a policeman,
Roll an intelligence check.
a 10.
You don't see, you see like a few, but they're busy. Like they're busy trying to help people who were injured.
Okay, well, I'll go up to one of them and just give my message that if they could send a message back to the main guard headquarters or to send a group of soldiers here, that would be very helpful. And then I'll continue on and
All right,
go to the broker.
gotcha. All right. So you guys eventually reach the tavern.
Unaccosted?
Unaccosted.
The tavern is unaccosted?
From what you can tell, yeah.
Alright, we go in. Let's look for Buddy.
Looks like he's sleeping on a table in the corner.
Oh, looks are
I'm
deceiving.
gonna inspect him.
Yeah, I was gonna
Is
say,
he
I'm gonna
actually
go up and touch the side of his neck, see if I can feel a pulse.
Very slow pulse.
Is there a prick on his neck?
No prick
From
on his
an eagle?
neck. No.
Try and wake him.
Mug in front of him,
Mug in front of him.
half empty.
Half empty.
Till. Alright, they poisoned his mug. Anyone know anything to get poison out of a person?
Where's the cleric temple? Is it nearby?
It is not nearby. It is a good distance. It's a decent distance away.
Can we wake him? Is he awake?
No, he's poisoned.
He's dying of poison.
We
Um,
might not make it in time for that.
Okay. You said there's no hit point loss to poison, so it's no help cure him.
Nope.
Well, let's
guys
try
can
and
attempt-
run him.
You guys can attempt a healing check.
Yeah, it's the only thing we can do. Anyone got good healing?
Not me, I don't think. Nope, nothing. Wisdom of 15. Plus rank.
We're gonna have to try a healing check with no one who can do healing, but let's go for it.
You could also call for help.
Could, but that risks drawing attention.
Well, that's okay.
well, Is that the Dragonborn innkeeper? Is he around?
You mean the tavern keeper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay.
Tell him the
I guess.
situation.
Yeah, I'll
Tavern
call him over. Say,
Tavern
hey,
keeper
this
looks over
man's
to you.
been poisoned. This man's been poisoned. We need a cleric.
We need someone who can administer healing to this man.
He looks at one of the patrons, and he's like, "Get that weird medic in here right now." It's like on it, dashes out the door.
Weird medic. Was he in
Probably
here
the plague
recently?
doctor.
He was here recently, yes. In walks the patron again with, "Hey, look! It looks like that plague doctor man."
God, this guy. We're in good hands.
He just kind of like nods and says, "Do you require services?"
Man's been poisoned.
Show me the patient.
Take him right over to Buddy.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, he immediately takes care of that.
Cool.
What do I owe you?
Given the new price changes and all that stuff, he's gonna charge 5 silver.
Hand it over. Gladly.
Tells you that it's gonna take him. He tells you it's gonna take him about an hour to come back to, but he should be fine.
Alright. Any idea who the merchant or magic user could be?
I'm the only magic user that I know in the town. And I don't think the crew identified me.
You all hear behind you someone say, "Don't worry, the spellcaster is safe."
Oh, okay.
I turn around to see who it is.
Da-da-da. There he is. You're looking at an individual who is wearing a dark brown and gray cloak, and under that you can see gambeson armor with leather armor over that. They have a longbow in their hands, and they have a quiver on their back. And they say to you, yeah, that's what you're looking at.
And who are you?
I'm the ranger in this area.
Fantastic.
I'll try again. I'll explain that the people that are attacking the town are planning to
I
come
know.
back to the docks very shortly.
I know, I've been following you. I know.
Okay.
How long have you been following us?
Since you all handled that assailant on the since you handled the arsonist.
Did you happen to see who poisoned me?
Unfortunately, no. He's good.
That would have been a load off my mind if we could have caught either one of them.
You have any suggestions in terms of?
You said the magic user is safe.
Yes.
Who's the magic user?
He's one of the newest members to the guild.
Interesting.
There was a merchant who did perish, as well as a couple of seemingly random individuals.
So random. I don't think it was random. Other than that crazy guy, I think that everything was planned. They definitely came looking for something.
Yeah.
You got any idea what that could be?
I don't know. Why would they want this ring that they're asking about?
that ring is bad news bears.
And how do you know that?
Because I ran across it.
I think you have it.
Why would you think that?
Because of your conversation with that man.
Can't say I do. Still at where it's sourced at. Where I last saw it, anyway. Hopefully, it'll stay there.
He's just like, listen, I'm really good at putting two and two together. It sounds like you found it at Castle Mentis. It sounds like it was the source of the plague there. And it sounds like you're holding on to it to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Interesting that you would put it all together like that, considering I never once mentioned Castle Mentis.
No, but he tells you no, but Troxel has, to my liege, the villagers have. I am never idle. I'm always on my feet trying to make sure that I'm on top of everything.
So what if it is? What if it is on my person trait now?
If it
What
is,
would
and
you do?
he tells you if it is, then I think we need to have a conversation after all this is over. But for now, let's focus on the most important thing.
And that is?
Do you want to get their ship or not?
I do.
Then let's go.
Let's. we have a target and we have a plan. Or the makings of one.
That's good.
Oh, I'm burning a ship today. you just see Grimshaw in like suddenly a good mood.
While you guys are walking, the ranger asks Troxel if he knows any combat-based spells.
I'm sorry, ask me what?
If you have any combat-based spells.
I have one single magic missile, which will do 2d4 plus 2 of damage.
So 2 missiles is what you're saying.
2 missiles, 1
Okay.
spell.
What's a D4?
Do 2 to 10 damage.
He tells you that's going to be very useful. I recommend you casting. I recommend casting that spells on very specific ropes holding up their sails.
Oh, serious? Okay.
Cut their sails.
Which
They
one?
can't
The
move.
center
Exactly.
main,
Yes.
main sail or the foresail?
Main. 4 sails for steering. You aim for the main. You cut the main. You cut off 80% of their movement speed.
Just for general interest, that's absolutely untrue. At least in the Napoleonic ships, the foresail was the main driver of the ship, because if you just had the mainsail up, it took wind away from the foresail, and it unbalanced the ship in terms of the forces on the ship. It appears that way. You'd think that would be the case, but in a cog is a squared sail ship. Am I correct in that?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So I'll take the ranger's advice on whatever he said, which sail he wants me to cut.
Yeah. Well, he was telling you to, yeah, cut the sail. But yeah. You guys reach the docks. He approaches one of the military ships and tells them, have your crew get ready. We're leaving right now. Seems scrambling their crew together. Gestures for you guys go on ship.
God, this is gonna be a fun.
Since the cog is still in the bay, the implication is that they haven't picked up the people that had landed.
It's
Is that
getting
correct?
closer.
Okay. Even better.
We got broadsides.
I don't think so.
Broadsides?
Cannons.
No cannons, but there are bastila. There's one bastila on the ship.
Still will be useful. Let someone who has better aim than me use it.
And with that, you take off. You guys are now.
I'm sorry. Where's Steel Dre supposed to meet us again?
Where's who?
The
First
woman
lady.
as the curse, yeah.
Essentially, she's gonna be waiting at the very end of the bay, inland, not at the not outland.
So we're basically gonna take this cog, requisition it as our own. grab
No,
the old
you're
sailors.
destroying. Yeah, I was about to say the sail's gonna be destroyed. You can't use it right now. Once you're done with it.
Take it, get it fixed, get the sails, or get an old sea captain and a small crew to run it, and we're gonna go to the mainland that way. Technically, we could have our own boat by that point.
No, because you'd have to get permission from the government first
To keep it.
to keep it. Yeah.
But then I gotta pay taxes on it.
That's part of the point.
I'm not using it for trading. I'm using it just to get.
They
me
don't
back
care. Number one, this is an enemy vessel. So, government automatically is going to confiscate it.
Oh.
Alright, you guys catch up with the cog.
Do we need to roll initiative or anything, or is the ship
gotta cut.
going to start the action? Or am I supposed to cut the sail?
I would cut the sail as soon as you can because it's close. Because as soon as we cut that sail, we can catch up a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it within 100 feet. I'll cut both ropes for the specific sail that the ranger tells me to do so.
No, what the ranger's telling you to do is he's telling you to launch the magic missile and have it cut along the sail, cutting it in half and letting it fall down. And then do the same with the front sail.
Oh, so cut.
You're going to
cut
allow
the-
me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of a magic missile as like an arrow, except you can control where it's going.
Yeah, okay, I understand, but the sails are curved.
Yeah.
But okay, I can do that.
So then
I'll
have
do
it strike it in a curved line.
that. Okay, I'll do that. Cast one spell, 2 missiles, 1 missile for each sail, and I'll cut them in half, falling down, so they'll lose 2 sails, basically.
You guys watch as this happens, and you hear the panic on the ship.
Here we go.
Then I'll follow it up with a surrender or die as we come in.
Roll an intimidation check.
Of all people to say surrender or die, it's like the least intimidating person.
Okay.
I don't know. He did just cut their
at a-
sails in
at
half
a,
and eliminated their only
at
chance of
a,
escape.
100 roll.
D100, yes.
That's not
I'm
good.
so glad I got that intimidation roll though. That poor guy forgot how to eat.
24.
You're seeing hands being thrown up into the air.
They want to catch these hands. Let's go.
Okay. I'm going to cheer you on and do healing for the encounter.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward from that. They board the soldiers. Your crew starts essentially tying up their crew. They don't give up a fight. They're terrified at this point.
Where's the captain?
Okay, seriously, that's where I'm heading.
You see the captain. He looks like an average Joe.
I'm gonna grab him, pin him against the wall, and ask him.
What wall?
The door to the captain's quarters.
Do cogs have a captain quarter?
That's a good question.
I don't think they do.
I've never seen him. Never seen him.
Then just throw him to the floor. Pin him there.
No, brother. I'm gonna hang him over the. I'm gonna hang his head over the banister for it. And go, brother. You got 2 minutes. You got exactly 10 seconds to tell me where you guys are gonna be where you guys were gonna be sailing to. Who are you working for?
We're sailing to the
and how much did they pay you?
We were sailing to the mainland. They were paying us. They were paying us in gold.
In
How
gold,
much?
How much?
1 gold per day.
How many days have you worked thus far?
3.
Not a bad paycheck. Who are they?
I really don't want to say.
I think you do. Because I could just as well make you fish food right now. And I would not lose sleep over a tasty morsel like yourself.
Please understand, we didn't know who they were until we were already away from the mainland. After that, it was... After that, they were kind of holding a blade to our throats.
You're just an innocent bystander on this, aren't you? Who are they?
They're the Knights of Reckoning. You hear murmurs among your crew.
Does that ring a bell for anyone?
Yeah, would Lorson have heard something like that before?
No, Lorson has not.
I'm aware of them as a terrorist group.
They look like a terrorist group, so that makes sense. So, brother, youngling, now that you've been removed from their service, what are you gonna do now?
It's like, if you'll let me go, I want to go I want to go back home and then leave this place.
Is there anyone on the ship right now that we need to be aware of?
No, it's just my crew right now.
When were you supposed to make the pickup?
No. He's saying that, but he's making a very subtle nod in a certain direction.
I'm gonna look to where he's nodding.
I'm gonna look at the ranger and just flick my head over to him, to where he's pointing.
You watch as he looses an arrow, and several of the crewmen flinch. One, but the guy the arrow landed right next to, he flinches a bit, but looks directly at the person who fired at him.
So he knows.
All right.
And the ranger already has another arrow knocked.
Fantastic. All right. Walking. I'm gonna put the captain down. You did good work. We'll talk later. We'll walk over to the guy that the arrow is now firmly implanted next to. Grab him. Do the exact same thing. Hang him right over the... Tell me what you know.
Jeez. His response is to twist his body in a way so that he rolls overboard.
Oh no, I didn't hold him over. Like, I don't think I have the strength to hold a human being out like this. But you're telling me I have him, like, pinned against the banister and he twists out and just fucking jumps?
He twists...
Okay.
Number one, he's a human, so he is already bigger than you. Number two, yes, he twists out of your grip, put his hand on the banister, and then hoisted himself over, rolled over it, and fell into the water.
No, I'm just trying to picture it in my head at this point. That's why I asked the question. I'm not saying...
Do I see him in the water at this point?
Yes.
Ranger, put a shot in his leg.
He's like, number one, you don't tell me what to do. Number
Straight into the
two...
water.
Yeah, I was already
Put
going
a
to do
shot
that.
in his head.
No, this is a torture session now.
No, oh, he loses an arrow and says, "No, we're just making it impossible for him to escape." He fires an arrow into the guy's leg and another arrow into the guy's arm.
Damn. I was just gonna tell him to do the leg and just let him try and swim back to the shore when they're in shark-infested water.
No, and he then points to Lorsan and says, "Get him."
Excuse me.
He's in Lorsan?
He looks over at Lorsan and says, I know what you're capable of. Please go get him."
That's better. You said please that time. I mean, does Lorsan know how to
Don't
swim?
forget that this guy shot both of this guy's limbs with pinpoint accuracy in seconds. Like, he's in a higher authority than you, so he can just tell you to do something. And if you try to fight him on it, he has a lot greater skill.
He has the right to court. Yeah, he has the right to court-martial you technically. That being said, we are in international waters.
No, you're still in the bay of the island. That's technically still their area.
Lorsan,
all
please
happening.
bring him back up if you can do so.
Hold on.
Many of us know how to swim. I know Grimshaw is like
Yeah,
horrendously
that's what
bad
I was
at it.
wondering. Like,
Assume your characters can swim. It's just, in order to bring him back, you need a swimming check. Because at that point,
Okay,
you're swimming with one arm.
I guess I'll go dive into the water and try and bring him back to the boat, or if someone can throw out a rope so that I can grab onto.
Yeah, one of the crewmen throws out a rope for you.
All right.
They just wanted you to get him before he starts sinking.
All right.
I'm struggling a little bit. I'll be smarter next time.
Just like climb up.
You climb up, put him down there.
I'm gonna just like hold him to the ground this time.
Good idea. The ranger just kind of kneels in front of him. He won't talk like this. We need to get him back to the castle.
I'm pretty sure we can persuade him to talk.
What do we know about the Knights of Reckoning? Are they actually knights, or is it just a title?
Ranger informs you that, from what he's heard, the leaders are knights.
Okay.
Doesn't look like this guy would ever be a knight.
No,
Doesn't
this...
have a
He tells
this
you...
guy doesn't even have a...
He tells you, no, this man was probably here to make sure that the crew did not sail away.
A lot of sailing they're going to be doing now.
Okay, so let's go back on our ship. They can repair their sails and get out of here.
No. I got business with this guy. I got business with the captain of this ship. He doesn't have to get going just yet.
He can't get going anywhere on this ship. The ranger tells everyone to go ahead and jump back on their ship, and they'll head back to the island, coast.
I'm gonna keep an eye on our new prisoner. Make sure he doesn't escape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look, here's my question. Are you going to be having him grappled the entire time?
Tie him up, Lorsan. Don't
Yeah,
waste your time with
looking
him.
to see if I have some rope. Yeah, I have rope. I'll just tie him up.
All right. By the time
Yeah.
so you guys get to the coast. You have him tied up. It
Does
looks...
he need healing?
The arrows have not been pushed out of his body yet, so not immediate healing, no.
Nah, he doesn't need healing.
Okay.
He's perfectly fine. It's a flesh wound.
You guys get to the town. It looks like all the drama has calmed down a little bit. You do notice a couple of mercenaries just kind of standing off a little bit, off 100 feet or so, looking a little bit confused.
I'm guessing those are the guys that were supposed to get onto the ship.
Does look like it.
That's supposed to get on the ship, or they're not members of the guard.
I'm gonna look at the ranger. I'm like, Ranger, I'm gonna go talk to those guys real quick. Do you mind if I sit in for the interrogation on this guy?
Ranger's not there.
Ranger's gone.
Did the ranger take the prisoner?
No, but you do see some guards dragging the prisoner away.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost another one. God damn it.
If those are mercenaries, maybe I think you should go over and talk to them, Grimshaw, in your own special way.
Give him the proper Grimshaw greeting.
Yeah.
So,
You might start with, so you're working with the Knights of Reckoning, are you?
no, I won't start with that. I'll give him a proper greeting and then start in with the actual interrogation. So I go over there. You guys look lost. Can I help you find anything? If you happen to be looking for a boat, would you?
Let's see here. 1 second. There it is. Where are you? There it is. So you remember that bodyguard that the knight had? You see them walk up to the front.
Oh, alright.
She just kind of looks over at you and says, "Don't bother, they bailed on us."
Then you're probably going to be more forthwith with information. What did they want?
From what I could gather from my men, they were looking for a few specific individuals and chasing a couple of rumors. They were worried that someone had infiltrated this town, and they wanted to smoke them out.
And was the knight part of all this? The Black Knight? Was he with you?
Yeah, he was distracting the governor. Though at the same time, he also legitimately wanted to challenge him, test his mettle, so to speak.
What's the name of the Black Knight?
I don't know. He never gave me
What
it.
branch of nobility is he with?
I don't know. He never gave me it.
He had to have been higher up. but he was smart enough not to give out a name or his heraldry, probably making him actually part of the Knights of Reckoning.
I'd say she just kind of like blinks and says, "Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good guess." Yeah. Either way,
Alright.
they just hired us, and of course they bailed on us as soon as they found out that the ship wasn't going to come.
Of course they did. You were no more than fodder to them.
Well, of course, we're mercenaries. We expect this kind of thing.
It's a shame, though. Treat such good mercenaries as fodder. The least they could do is actually pay you good. They just threw you to the wolves.
But we did get paid.
Probably not enough.
Probably not. Not for getting caught like this.
Well, do you remember who paid you? Do you remember where they paid you?
The knight was the one who approached us about this. He approached us on the mainland, and he had his servant hand over the coin.
Where did he approach you on the mainland?
In our guild
Where on the
hall.
map did he touch you?
Yeah.
She tells you that they were approached at their own guild hall. That the knight approached, said we have a job for you, gave him the coin, and then they talked over the details on the ship.
Good to know. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to run your pockets for this information. Last few people tried to run.
Where are these people staying now? Where are the knights now? Do you know?
Well, really quick, to answer Grimshaw's question, she just smiles and says, "Why would I bother to do that when I know I'm surrounded?"
Man, he works quick.
The ranger like steps out of the shadows with essentially a squadron of guards with crossbows aimed.
Man, he really works quick. That was bravo, brother. Bravo.
I take it Grimshaw's impressed.
Grimshaw is mildly impressed by this ranger.
Mildly impressed.
He's like, "Ha, the child can do something right."
To answer your question, she tells you she has no idea where they're headed now. They're not staying anywhere. All she can tell you is that they probably headed out of town at this point.
All right. That is fine. We're not gonna give them chase. We're not ready for that. After beating the balls off the one guy with him just cackling like a madman, I loathe to try and fight that knight himself.
Yeah, speaking of, it seems, I'm going to say this, it seems to you guys that the only person who really gave you much strife was that one dude. Everyone else has just been like, I was just paid to do something, I'll tell you whatever you want, like, I got no beef with you.
Listen, they probably heard something about some guy getting the balls beat off him by a mad dwarf with a hammer, and then they see the mad dwarf with a hammer come up. And they're like, no, I like the family jewels where they are.
Okay, so then we expect their party basically to be the thief or assassin with the poison, who the ranger didn't spot, the black knight, and then the magic user with the plate armor, and then possibly one other.
Fighter.
You see you see the ranger just frown and go, magic users can't cast magic with armor on.
He's a fighter, but he's willing to use whatever he can to get that edge.
Okay, so then two fighters.
Need a knight and a fighter.
White nail, the magic staff, mace, the Black Knight, the thief or assassin with the dart, and then there has to be a magic user who did cast a fireball. So there's 4 of them then.
No, 3. That psychotic laughing git from before, whose balls I actually tried to beat off as much as possible. He was the one who cast the fireball via probably a staff or something.
Not clear. The ranger just confirmed that that's not the case.
He confirmed that you can't cast spells of your own volition. He did not say he couldn't use a magic item to do it.
Okay, well, ask the ranger. Can he cast? Can he use
The Ranger's not there anymore. He's leaving. He's leaving the rest of the guards.
He's gone.
He's on a mission. He's making sure that he's
Okay, so
getting
there's-
every
there's
single
3 or
solitary
4.
step.
There's 3 or 4. We'll assume there's 3 because we have actually a shot at 3. We don't really have a shot at 4.
We have 3 confirmed.
3 confirmed.
Droxel, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
In combat situations where we're talking to people, don't tell people you're a noble.
Okay.
Because let me tell you something. You put a giant target on your back the second that happens. And you is squishy.
Okay.
Like just a little bit of self-preservation. I mean, I don't have any, but I'm at the point where I am allowed to not have any.
Okay. So are you planning to go to the Blushing Throat Tavern tonight, or the inn? What inn do we have?
I'm planning on getting drunk tonight, yes.
Okay.
This was in fact a very long day,
It was.
and I would very
What time
much
is
like
it?
I would very much like to have the liquid sleep, thank you.
What time is it?
I'd say about 5, 6-ish now.
Okay. So basically, we're done for the day.
Two guards approach you guys and say that the governor would like to speak with you.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, the governor is a very important person, buddy. He just goes, buddy.
So you're asking the guards if you can stop by the tavern on the way there.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
Uh, 46, probably not.
Anyone want to help him?
I'll try.
What do you say to help?
Well, I rolled a 22, so probably nothing good.
22 is good. Low is good, isn't it?
No, for charisma, you want higher. Higher for persuasion, lower for intimidation. Mm-hmm.
So, nope. I probably mildly insulted them.
Yeah, they're just gonna take you straight to the governor. They're like, you can do what you want after he's done talking with you.
Come on, man. I just saved my mate dying, basically. Wanted to make sure he was okay.
All right, you guys are taken to the governor. He's still wearing his armor, but has his helmet off for this.
What's up, sweet cheeks?
In the room with him is the captain of the guard, the ranger, a brown dracon cleric, and someone who appears to be a magic user.
A Dracon cleric is Dracon a god?
What?
No, Dracon
No,
is
they're,
the dragon
Oh,
people.
the race.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
What's up, sweet cheeks?
Governor turns to you and says, please report to me everything you have knowledge of, because evidently, he says, glancing over at the ranger, you've been pretty busy and have gotten some intel.
Who did he say that to?
He's saying that to you guys.
To the group.
Forthwith. Ranger already sniffed it out, so there's no point in hiding it anymore. He's going to tell you afterwards. I got the ring. The ring that they were looking for rumors about is in my possession.
He turns to Troxel and asks, why did you lie to me?
Because I was afraid that I was going to destroy the ring, because I knew that it was evil and caused the creation of undead.
And you think I wouldn't want the same thing?
No, it was an unnecessary risk.
If I could speak in his behalf,
Before you do,
he didn't want.
he looks back at Troxel and says, division will cause us to fall apart. If we start distrusting each other at any point, that's when unity falls apart, and that's when there's an opening for times like this. If there's something important as a magical ring that has a lot of evil attached to it, please let us know. And by us, he's talking about the Knights of Alverdan, or royalty, or people you can count on to actually help you out here. After that, he looks over at Grimshaw.
Plan was to keep the ring moving, keep it always moving, because the hardest thing to catch is a small object that's constantly changing hands. Having it stay in one place, I was afraid, personally it was me, I was afraid you were going to basically say the ring stays here. We can't have that. Well, yes, you have, bar none, some of the best guards I've seen. But at the same time, you saw what they did. They came in and they got what they wanted. They nearly got, all three of their targets? If it wasn't for the ranger, it wasn't for me, they would have gotten all three. What we need to do is we need to keep the ring moving. A moving target is harder to hit, correct?
Before I agree to anything, I want to have it identified by our magic users, by our mage guild. He says, gesturing to the magic user.
Fair enough. I go pull out the ring. I'm willing to get it fully identified.
He reaches out and takes the ring,
When I
examines
tried
it.
to identify it, I only got one aspect. That is, it could animate undead.
One of the magic users just like, which is very illegal in Alverdan. Where did you find it again?
It was in the
Castle
Castle Memphis in the water. It was using it to pollute the water to turn people into undead.
Wonder how it got there. If we can find out how it got there, that would give us a great clue as to what this thing is, or where, or when it was made.
There was an undead cleric whom Grimshaw killed in a great battle.
Ranger speaks up and the cleric speaks up and says, "I was informed recently that there was a undead plague that was spreading and that you stopped it. Was it the ring that caused it?"
Yes.
As
He
far
looks
as
he
we
looks at
gathered,
the knight and says, "The church would like to examine that as well once you're done, once the mages are done with it." He gives him a nod.
By all means, if we can get a clue as to how to break the ring or destroy it, that'd be even better.
The magic user tells you, well, if other people are after this ring, then it has more importance than just being a magical item. So anything we can learn about the ring and its source, where it came from, why it was made, that might help us as well.
Correct. But again, I suggested throwing it in a volcano.
The knight tells you, we're not going to make any what's the word? We're not going to take any rash decisions yet.
Oh,
The
no, I
mages,
know,
the mages
but-
are right.
but-
We need to find out everything we can before we take action.
But just so you know, I'm taking that ring with me when I leave. I'm making sure it doesn't get into the wrong hands.
Where will you be taking the ring?
I'm not gonna stop moving.
Let me
I'll
rec-
travel the world.
Let me rephrase
Where?
this. Where were you planning to head next?
To the mainland. And from there, I was gonna plot a course.
In
Maybe
that
I'll
case,
go home.
in that case, I recommend looking for Vlasic Costello first. That is,
alright,
of course, dependent on what we learn about this ring.
Abbott. All right. So Abbott and Costello. Who are we talking about?
Vlasic Costello is, to this day, the most powerful mage in Alverdan. He's too strong to restrict normally, which has made most of the nobility very upset with him about.
Where is he located?
And
I personally do not know. Once you get to the mainland, you can ask for him there.
His name is Alberdan.
No.
Vlasic.
His name isn't Alverdan. His name is Vlasic Costello.
Vlasic Pickle. He's the
Vlasic
pickle mage.
Vlasic Costello.
You realize Grimshaw does this on purpose. You will eventually realize that Grimshaw just messes everyone's name up on purpose.
Oh no! You notice that the mage kind of caught on to that. You can see him like stifling a chuckle.
well,
From now on, we'll call him the Pickle Mage until we meet him face to face.
Pickle mage.
All right, so the knight tells you to continue your report and tell you everything you know, or tell him everything you know.
We'll
well,
do so
well,
to the best of our ability, I think, or at least
Yeah.
I will.
will this Lazette person be able to destroy the ring?
Probably not.
If there's any mage who can destroy it, it would be him.
So we know it was orchestrated by a group called the Knights of Reckoning. We know they were after at least three specific people, and whatever was in that warehouse down in the industrial district. Your battle was against one of the Knights of Reckoning, one of the leaders, we assume. That was to be a distraction.
And it worked.
Very
I'm
well.
honor bound to respond to any challenge given to me.
So, they got that in. And then they had an attack just outside the Colosseum, which was another distraction. We caught the distractor, the person who killed the perpetrator there, only for them to slip through our grasp because of some teleportation magic.
The magic is like, actually, after a couple of strange sightings, we think they had an illusionist among their group.
So the person that we
probably.
actually captured wasn't even
A person.
real?
That's what we think, yes.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was it again?
An
It wasn't
illusion.
real?
It was just an illusion. All in my head. Then came the...
Okay, I
Oh, it
think
was an illusion, but that had to be a extraordinarily good illusion because it had 3 people.
no, not the entire event. He's talking about like the murder outside of the tournament. Like when they caught the murderer and then they vanished into thin air.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
That
there
was an
from the many, yeah, that's the guess is that was an illusion.
From there, the fireball happened. We ran down there, did our damnness to catch the guy who perpetrated it.
But then they poisoned the nobleman.
But then they poisoned the nobleman. Which again was unfortunate that the nobleman had to die. That had to tell everyone that he was a nobleman down there. Because we probably could have gotten away, or at least gotten the guy.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, there's at least three. There's at least 3 people working with them between the knight in the front, the crazy jackass who I had to beat the balls off, and then the assassin who probably poisoned.
That was the illusion?
No, there was no illusion there. That guy was very much real.
Okay.
A couple, they were rumor gathering too. They were gathering rumors about that ring. They knew it was here. They were after that ring.
Well, not just the ring. Remember, the guy even said that was an afterthought.
Yes, because they had gotten the information from Buddy. By the way, is Buddy okay?
The knight just the knight frowns and goes, "Buddy." The ranger's like, he is talking about an info broker.
Yes.
The knight turns over to him and is like, "An info broker? Yes. Bring him here." Ranger leaves the room.
That's one way to make sure Buddy's okay. Look, be nice to the guy. Guy's just waking up from a severe case of not alcohol poisoning.
We'll take care of him, don't worry.
They were also looking for someone here too, but we don't know who that person was.
Very well. We'll have to think on this. In the meantime, we'll make sure to get you. We'll make sure to get you rooms.
Thank you. That ship out there, the one that we cut the sails on. We need that.
He frowns at this and goes, "Why?"
Because we need some way to get to the mainland.
We can
What
easily.
better than in our.
He tells you you can easily he can easily pay for a trip there.
That's fine. What better way to not raise suspicion from the enemy than ride in on the ship that our enemy was supposed to ride in on?
Roll a charisma check. And just to clarify, are you saying you're planning to infiltrate the enemy by disguising yourself as them?
No, I'm not trying to infiltrate the enemy. I'm trying to just get into dock without them really questioning how I got there. All I need is a boat to get in there. If I hire a boat, these guys are very well connected. They already knew that we had stuff.
They only knew that after they got here and spoke to the info broker.
Yes.
They didn't know that they didn't know that before that. Before then, they didn't know you guys existed.
And yeah, now they do, and now they're going to be keeping tabs on us no matter what. We need to get in quietly.
He tells you, okay, so roll a charisma check.
2, I don't plan on docking that boat.
88.
I don't plan
91.
on
Ah.
He's not budging on this. He tells you that he would rather strip the ship, make sure that there was nothing hidden on there, just decommission it, and he'll just pay for your ride there.
I don't want to go into a port town. That's why I wanted the ship.
He tells that he can easily have you dropped off somewhere else.
Well, Grimshaw and the governor are having this conversation. I'm going to go over the magic user, and basically saying I need some a second level spell, perhaps a third level spell. Is there any way you can possibly help me out?
The mage is just like, we can talk over at the guild hall. Maybe you could sign up there.
Okay, I'll come over there tomorrow morning
Excellent.
after
Before you do, the knight says, as he approaches you guys, and he makes a gesture. They bring over him a pouch, and he gives it to you, and he says, he tells you that there's 2 gold, 5 silver for each of you in that pouch, for your services in helping the town.
Okay. So I'll distribute it or whatever. Everybody gets 2 gold and 6 silver because I have the 3 silver from the pouch from the other guy.
Do you mean the guys that we were basically fleecing as we were going down?
And we're gonna go ahead and end the session there.
Okay, so
Oh man, we'll turn you evil yet, Troxel.
Okay, I think it's safe to say that I got the group together.
yeah, that was a good job, Christian.
That was a well-written one.
Yeah.
I liked that.
So experience.
I mean, I had 3 weeks to work the kinks out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was relatively seamless.
Thank you.
I mean, it could have gone so wrong. I was ready to let Troxel die there to keep the guy. I like how you're like, no, don't do this to me.
Well, I mean, Larsa was really wanting to make that guy pay for turning him into a marionette, but
It's okay, I have a clutch. And don't worry, you guys are gonna see him again.
We're gonna beat the balls off him next time too. Although next time I might just get my maul magically enchanted.
I was looking up for a spell for that. They have it in Pathfinders and Advanced D&D.
Okay, so there is an item spell. It is a 6th level spell. It is not permanent unless you add the spell permanency onto it, which is an 8th level spell. And I reworked and overhauled the enchant and item spell. So keep that in mind.
6th level is way beyond us right now. We'll talk about it at 5th level.
8th level is even higher.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a reason you're not gonna find slews of magical you're not gonna find magical items in treasure hoards left and right. The higher level an individual is, whether NPC or player, the better the chance is that they collected magical items. But they're still very, very rare because of the excruciating process to make it, the high level required, and so forth.
So you're telling me that guy was probably like level 6 or 7 that we just kind of trussed up and started beating on?
I'm not gonna tell you his level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because too high for us to run in face first.
I will say this: all of you remember.
Anybody. The problem with a magic user in Dungeons and Dragons is that a couple of farmers can take him out.
But he wasn't a magic user, he was a fighter.
Grimshaw. No. Stop.
Lorsa unrolled the grappling. Once the person's grappled, unless they can break the grapple, they're toast.
Grimshaw.
Especially against multiple people.
If you recall, he tried casting a spell on you before you guys interrupted him, remember?
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. But you've been told repeatedly that magic users cannot cast magic with armor on. Specifically metal armor on. There are certain armors that you can cast magic with, but depending on the armor, there's a chance for that spell to be spoiled, backfire, or just not work.
So if it was illusionary, but if it's illusionary, then why doesn't Grimshaw be doing the damage to the illusionist?
Well, number one, you don't know that spell, even if it is a spell. Your character doesn't know anything about that.
Correct.
So I'm not going to be giving answers to that question.
Okay. Okay, any experience points before we go away tonight?
See, the funny thing is, I managed to write everything out except the experience points, so I will get back to you on that.
Okay. You'll get back to us for our next meeting, which is next week or the week after?
If that's something that we've been deciding, everyone, is Tia is unable to play D&D with us unless it is every other week. So we're going to go ahead and assume that will be meeting up the week after.
Okay, so that is
Yep.
3rd, 17th.
And I will be keeping an eye out for anyone who can fill in the 4th position in the meantime.
Good.
Anyone who can
Good,
keep
good.
up with the mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the only murder hobo.
All right, so I have to use the restroom, and we're pretty much all wrapped up otherwise. So, yeah.
Thanks, Christian. Good night, all.
Good night.
See you 2 weeks from now, and I'll look forward in a couple of days to getting